So, welcome again. Welcome because this is the third live stream for me today. Yes, since yesterday. I think I'm constantly live streaming day and night. So, yeah, and I think I'm constantly live streaming.
You have been busy. Anybody who missed Cub's spontaneous live stream last night, you really ought to hear it. Cub is very funny in that stream. I thought he was great, and he had Movie Massacre on with him and Cat Claw, so they make a great comedy team. And I see Cat Claw showing up now.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Kat, nice to see you again. This is the third live stream, as I said, today for me, with just a few hours in between. I made also a German one after the English one, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, and it
Oh
went also
yeah,
a few hours.
I was there in the chat on your German stream at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I know. And Movie Massacre was also there, but I saw him so late. So he was also wondering, what's going on here?
We were popping champagne and firing off a bunch of fireworks, and then coming in and out and listening to your show.
Yeah, it was just a combination of being pumped up because I left the party because I wanted to be on your party here with my friends, and because the party with Mehmet, the people left very early. We were anyway just 4 people, and then 2 left. They had to go home early, and so it was not really a party or something like that. And I was really looking forward to our stream. I thought, oh yeah, it would be cool. And I invited Mehmet even in, and he wanted maybe to join. Uh, I gave him the
Oh, on the New
opportunity.
Year's Day stream with Jez, that was going to be awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, and then when the stream didn't happen, I was still pumped up, and I thought, you can't go to bed now. This is impossible. So yeah, that's the reason why I started the stream. And yeah, and even started the second one, the German one. And yeah, and also it's the end of the year, and this is the time where you kind of make a clean table, say the things you wanted to say, and make a kind of final. I don't know. I can't describe it properly in English. So yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully Jez's stream on Wednesday, he can make that into maybe a New Year's stream. And then maybe I can pop on there. We'll just
Yes.
have to
Yes.
talk to him, see what's going on.
Yeah, and he has an invitation for this one anyway. If he decides to join us, he can do that anytime.
Yes, it'd be really good. We all want to see Jez. That'd be awesome.
Mhm.
And I'm glad to see Cat Claw has joined us. How you doing today, Cat?
Oh, I'm feeling a little rough, but I'm pretty good.
I think we're all feeling rough.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
was up till 6:30 in the morning. I think Cub was up till about that late as well, streaming.
Yeah.
you guys are better people than me, because I'll tell you, I would never make it that late. I think I may have made it close to 1:30. Oh Lord, I ate so much food yesterday.
Oh man, awesome.
Yeah, that's
It's
what the day
just like,
for.
oh, I just feel rough today. I'm not used to like eating a bunch of food and staying up really late. I'm not used to abusing my body that way anymore.
Yeah, by the way, thank you again here for the nice Christmas card, Kat and Greg. And I sent you both the video. I think you have seen it now. Kat?
Yeah.
Greg?
I'm glad the card showed up.
Yeah.
I remember it. The cards hadn't showed up. So I was thinking back to Hogan's Heroes. Colonel Klink said that the Germans in town like to steal the mail. And I was like, oh my God, maybe the Germans in town stole the mail. Of course,
Yes.
it was Hogan who was always stealing his mail, but
No, no, but this was is true. They are still stealing the mail. So this is not this is not a fantasy thing. No, not a made up
so
thing.
there you go. And Guten Abend, Real Sandro, in the chat.
Yeah, I real Sandro.
Now you see, you can learn a lot from Hogan's Heroes. Klink was correct. The Germans in town do steal the mail.
Yeah, and they really speak as funny as they speak in the TV series. This is also not made up. So, Kat, how did you like the video?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was nice.
Did you
I
get
watched it very hurriedly.
no? Did you get that I opened at first the card for Mehmet because
Yeah, yeah, I
that's
saw
the first. That had me
That was
laughing.
the funniest part.
yeah, and the thing is, I tried to blame it on Mehmet, if you can remember, Greg,
Yes.
the character you created with your video. I
Right?
brought him also into play. I said, oh,
That
who's
really
Mehmet?
was.
I just
And then, of
know
course,
him.
the video cut
You
off
cutting out?
before he got my card. The long delayed video,
Right.
and it got cut off. It was cut off. Apparently, there's
Yes.
going to be a reshoot.
Yeah, there is going to be a reshoot
be-
with Mehmet. I told him because it's your card, you make this reshoot yourself because it was his stupid phone that cut off the video with no reason. By the way, I have no idea because it was saying it is recording, and he pressed on stop when we finished. But then we had just this 2.5 minutes for some reason. And
I know. I was like, dang it. I waited all that time, but that's all right.
and I didn't re-record it directly
Yeah.
because I was so pissed. Because it was so funny. You haven't seen anything. These first 3.5 minutes or 2.5 minutes, they're just the start. Because when it comes to Greg's card, it gets really funny. And I thought now I can't recreate that. I'm not in the mood because it was so spontaneously everything.
It would have been really funny. I think he did.
Yeah.
He enjoyed the stuff I sent then, right?
Yes, of course, he enjoyed it, and we did. But as I said, it was really fun, and maybe it shows up because when the smartphone cuts off the video, sometimes it just it maybe part 2 shows up in his on his phone or whatever. I don't know. Because as I said,
Yeah.
it was still recording when we pressed stop.
I'm sure it was awesome, especially since you had told him that he wasn't getting a card after the first video. I was like, no, that his card is missing, so I was really happy it showed up.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's start out the stream with Kat has watched 1899, and I don't. How far did you get into it?
I watched the whole thing. It was crazy. I liked it. But if you're wanting me to remember a whole lot, Greg, my memory's pretty shot today. But I'll do my best.
Okay, so if y'all start out talking about that, I'm gonna check on an internet issue here, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, but I can't talk about it because I haven't seen it.
That'll be even better.
On the
Then
list.
Kat can just carry the ball for a few minutes.
Yeah, Kat, tell us everything about 1899. What happened
It's
in this
basically
crazy year?
Well,
you go ahead, Kat.
it starts out this woman is on a beach and she starts walking towards this thing and ends up being a mental asylum, and they're shooting her in the neck with these injections. And then the next thing you know, she's standing there on a ship. Like literally the next thing you know, she's standing there on a ship out in the middle of the ocean. And that's what I mean. it's just so crazy, and that's just the beginning. Uh
Oh, okay.
oh my
Uh,
God.
and
Yeah,
what
I
what
need
what
Greg's help with this.
what do you think is the overall goal for the story? Is does it play out in the year 1899?
It is, as far as what you're seeing with your eyes, yeah. I'll put it
Ah,
that
okay.
way.
Oh,
But
okay.
not necessarily what really is.
Ah, yeah,
There's a lot of
sounds
really good
interesting.
music in it too. Like oh, I need his help.
Uh,
I'm serious.
yeah,
I watched it. It was good. I believe I'm the one that told him to watch it.
because I think that 1899 is a German series. Could
I
it be?
thought so because when I was looking at them talking, what their mouths was just didn't match up, but yet it kind of did a little. And I'm like, what's going on here? And I was Googling around and found out that it was originally shot in German, correct?
Yes, it is a seems to be a German series which is was produced in many languages, in 6 languages,
Yeah,
no, 8 languages even.
yeah.
But all of these languages are European languages. There's just one language that is Asian, that Cantonese, but the other ones are English, Spanish, French, and so on, are all from Europe. So it's really a kind of European series.
And didn't they do that because they wanted it to be more realistic to being on a ship uh, in 1899 with all those different cultures of people?
Yeah,
I think I
yeah,
read something about that.
yeah. And what I also have in mind was, I think this series is a sequel or a
Sorry
prequel
about that.
to,
I'm back.
to yeah. Hi,
Hello.
Greg. Uh, the series 1899 is a German series, but
Yeah.
isn't it, I thought it was kind of a sequel or a prequel to another series. Is it correct?
The 1899 series, is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Well,
Uh,
from what I've seen of it, it's a ocean liner, and it goes off course to rescue another ocean liner, and there's stuff that swims over from the first one, but I'm not that far into it. What did you think of the series overall, Kat?
I liked it. I really did like it. I thought it was pretty well shot. I think it was a really original story. I've never seen or heard of anything like that. Because the further and further it went into it, it was like, this is definitely science fiction. This is definitely science fiction. It's like this. I don't mind. This is pretty good. I've never seen anything like that. It's a really original story, I'd have to
yes,
say.
and now I know what I have read or thought about the series. It's not a continuation of another series. It's from the same guys who had another hit series. It was called Dark, or the people were talking about that, which I also haven't seen, by the way.
I haven't
Hmm.
seen it. It
Have
sounds
you
Uh,
heard of
interesting.
it?
No.
Uh, uh,
Another thing Kat was going to talk about was the Cube movie. You remember that, Kat, or you got a chance to see that, right?
I've watched it twice, but I don't. I mean, I can sit here and I can remember things about it, but that's about it.
Hey, do you want to say that you still don't know the door out of the cube? Even-
Right?
you are still in the cube?
Oh
so,
golly, I must be.
Yeah, still not finding the door. Yeah.
so what was your overall impression of the Cube movie, Kat?
I like the cube. it was pretty interesting. I thought that was a pretty original concept.
Yeah, the original one, you mean, I think. Or are you talking about the remake from last year?
What? No, this was, I think, made in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah, this is the original one.
Yeah, that's what I watched twice.
Yeah, it's one of
So
my
you got a chance to
all-time
see
favorite
the
movies.
remake as well, Cub. Right? What did you think of the remake?
Complete crap. It has nothing to do with Cube. It just stole the name and made a complete uh, a family drama out of it. Also, in the new one, there is a child is also in this cube, and this child is, by the way, kind of at the end, the child is the one survivor out of the cube, which doesn't make any sense. A
Hmm.
child wouldn't survive in the cube for 2 minutes. Okay.
No.
But the whole thing is kind of a lecture for the child. It is not made, it has, the only similarities it's had with the original cube is the idea of rooms with traps. So it's really more like a Saw or something like that than a cube movie. And really, as I said, it's a family drama. It has nothing to
Well,
do with.
definitely not a recommendation on the new Cube movie then.
Yeah, it's so. I made a complete rant on it in my review. Uh, for example, you have so many outside shots outside this cube, which
What?
also which also destroys completely the cube atmosphere. Uh,
Right?
yeah,
That's stupid sounding.
you get even a cinema screening in one of the rooms, which shows
What?
an event that happened outside the cube, which is it's just bad. It's really it's
That doesn't make sense. I mean, these people were all stuck inside a cube. There
yeah,
wouldn't be any sight of outside or anything because the whole objective is to try to find the way out
yeah. As I said, it
without
destroys.
dying.
Yeah, it destroys completely the concept of the cube. It just uses it as an excuse to call this the movie Cube. That's the only thing they have become, the name.
Help me out here, Cub. What was that one guy that like got lasered to death?
The it was not the laser death was the stolen scene in Resident Evil that they stole from Cube.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
stole the scene. Uh, Here it was. By the way, Alan, I think Alan Forge is the name of the actor. It's this black guy, very good actor, the one from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, yeah,
If you can remember,
Wow, cool.
yeah.
and this was a scene that completely bugged me in the original Resident Evil because they had such a good actor who killed him off in the first minutes, and I thought, oh my god, now we are stuck with Alice. Oh my god, this is so mean. And they did the same thing with the same actor in Halloween, if you can remember, in Halloween 2.
They sure did.
Yeah. So that's this awesome actor. Do you think, oh my god, this is going to be a cool movie, and kill him off directly? I thought, no, that sucks. That sucks. So
They seem to do that with black males who have like agency. You know, they want a certain type, and if he's too, I don't know, male to man, then sometimes they just kill him off,
yeah,
or they treat him like they did in the Last Jedi, where they humiliate them and make them into a laughing stock.
yeah. But wait, there are some rules with filmmaking. Really, these rules you should follow as a filmmaker. You never talk in your movie about a better movie. This is a golden rule. You don't mention a better movie when you have a crappy movie. And then you mentioned a much better one that people think, oh my God, should have watched this than this crap. And also you don't put in actors that are much better than the main actors. The,
Right.
like this doesn't make any sense because you just piss people off, like with the Godzilla movie, where they killed off Bryan Cranston in the first minutes or something like that, and and then you
Right.
were stuck with this god awful mediocre actors who you didn't care for at all. You just thought, oh my God, Bryan Cranston, where are you when we need you?
Right. I mean, you're like, why didn't this guy get more scenes? Because he's so much better.
Yeah, that's the problem. Also with The Last Jedi, they know that he's better, and they know that he is a fan favorite. With Luke Skywalker and this guy from Dawn of the Dead, they know that, and so they know if they would have more scenes, people would say, "Oh my God, this main character really sucks." The real main character.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
And her acting was so wooden, and her delivery, and she had it just she was a bad actress in a lot of ways, and I think that they even said that's why they didn't want to have Luke on the screen, because he would show her up, and how short sighted can you be? You destroy your entire franchise to try and promote a really bad actress, and by hiding her from being on screen with better actors, so you kill them off or you humiliate them or whatever you do. It was ridiculous. It was obvious what they were doing, but
Yeah, but the problem is, of course, with the casting, because in Resident Evil they were stuck with this Alice character because it's the woman of the director, yeah, of Paul W. Anderson. So they couldn't make the casting after the best person for the character or for the role. They were stuck with, yeah, she's related to the director, okay, we have to use her. And with Ray it's the same thing. She is in there because she looks a little bit like Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy projects herself in these female heroes in these so-called Star Wars movies. That's why you have these bland characters here, like in The Last Jedi and so on, and also in these other Star Wars movies you have also uh, sometimes these characters that resemble a little bit the producer. It's really bizarre.
that's
Greg,
true. Well, we've
uh,
lost Kat, but we've gained Bazzil. Are you there, Bazzil? Bazzil, can you hear me?
we need the battle dragon.
Oh no, we lost Bazzil too.
Oh my God.
Now, if I drop out, you're going to be on here all alone.
Not again on my own.
Well, now Kat's here.
Yeah.
Hello.
My God, we are constantly losing people. Oh my God, Greg, do you see the resemblance? This coincidence? We
I
are
don't know.
we are talking about good actors killed off much too early in a movie.
Right? And then the best
Hi.
people on the panel.
Yeah, and then the best
Welcome
people
back.
drop out.
Bazzil, can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right. We didn't even get a chance to say hi to you earlier.
Yeah.
How have you been doing?
Oh, doing well. Been busy with the Great War, destroying lots of evil Russians.
Oh, that's right. Bazzil is a battle dragon after all. So when you hear him talk about war and things like that, he's talking as a dragon.
All right. So how's everybody doing? Happy New Year, gang.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Kat, nice to meet you. I haven't had a chance to chat with you yet.
Yeah, that's
Glad
true.
you're here.
Okay, so going off of Cub's recommendations from his list, Cub was very excited about the new Avatar 2 movie, And yes, he was talking about it last night on his stream. He just bubbling over with excitement. So, has anybody had a chance to see this? How about you, Kat? Have you seen Avatar 2?
No,
Hey,
I
Kat,
haven't even seen the
hey,
first one.
you had
Yeah,
you had so many hours time for that. Just three
that
and a
is
half
the perfect.
hours of your life.
That is the perfect answer, Kat. No, I haven't seen the first one.
That's the truth.
Oh my God.
Avatar is, well, it's unique. Let's say that.
Okay, so Bazzil, have you seen the first Avatar?
Yeah, I didn't really care for it, to be honest with you. It's kind of stupid.
Well, that sums it up well. I would call it visually stunning, but
The
vacuous
graphics were
and
good, but I mean, the storyline was stupid, but the graphics were okay.
right. It had when you have elements and you name them unobtainium, you're not even trying to be a decent writer.
No, that was really stupid.
It
was a dumb name.
overall, if man, somebody is firing guns outside. But that's New Year's.
people.
That's
Wow.
New Year's in Houston. That's
Sounds
definitely
like
some
somebody
kind
was
of.
banging on the door.
Oh, could y'all hear that? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
No,
I could.
yeah, it was probably an AK-47 or something similar. No, it's rifle shots and pistol shots. It was really bad last night, but
Greg,
it's calmed down more today, so that's a
Greg,
good thing.
were you able to watch Avatar 2?
No, I'm not gonna watch that crap. I mean, no, I was not able to.
So I'm
I
the
was.
only one who had to sit to this crap again. And then
You watched it?
and then you mourn about it that I'm always in such a bad mood when I'm the only one who should sit through this crap.
You actually watched it?
Yes, of course. I was. Do you
The whole
think
thing? It's over 3 hours long.
it's 3.5 hours and it feels like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh my god.
It is not
Uh,
as exciting as the first one. By far not
Okay,
as.
so
And the
so
first
what
one
did
was
you
already crap.
you actually seen the movie? I've seen a review of it, which was it sounded like it was just as bad as the first one,
yeah, we
or
have
worse.
heavy massacre coming in here.
No,
Well, that's good.
the problem with Avatar 2. I can really keep it short. It is the first movie, but it's everything what you have seen in the first movie was exciting when you like stuff like that. This flying on dragons through the air and things like that. You get the same scenes, but on water. This is Speed 2. It is really when you liked Speed, but now it's Speed on water, and now it's Avatar in water, and all the scenes that were exciting in Speed were not as exciting on water because water is boring, and the same goes for Avatar 2. Every scene that you see in the water is not as it's not exciting to see somebody floating through on a flying fish through water, but it's more exciting to see him flying on a dragon through the air. So that's one problem of the movie. But the second problem, huh? Greg?
Go ahead.
The second problem is, as I already mentioned many times, in the middle of the movie is a section for 90 minutes, or half of the movie. There's a big section where this family from our main character, they run away from their tribe, from the air tribe, and go to this water tribe and want to try to fit in. He and his wife and the 4 children, and you get 90 minutes of them trying to fit in, like a CW show or something like that. So boring. It's just a CW show with blue people. You don't
So
give a
basically, like a family drama
yes.
set
It's
in the
So,
ocean.
so this is a show that's acceptable and probably good for like 5 and under. Then, right?
maybe I don't know because I couldn't stand the first one anyway, but the second one is even worse. And really, uh, I would watch the first over the second anytime, and I can't stand the first one. And by the way, I didn't see this super visuals because I haven't seen it in the cinema. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the story. And yes, maybe the visuals are so breathtaking that you can keep up watching them 1.5 hours without anything happen besides breathtaking visuals. But please, this is not a movie. Because when I
I
watched
would say
uh,
I
when
watched the first one in the theater in 3D, and it was probably the best 3D I'd ever seen.
yes,
But it
me too.
was the story was so boring that
Yeah,
if if you just sat around watching the leaves fall or whatever was happening, that was okay. It's like being in a virtual reality game that has a terrible
Quit.
plot and
Quit.
you can't do anything.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I
What?
also watched it in the cinema 3D, the first one, and I thought
Did you eat all that?
it has the best 3D ever I've ever seen. Yes, I give it that. But it was so boring that I never rewatched it again. In 13 years, I never rewatched it again because the story was just too boring.
I tried to watch it again, but it was unwatchable. I
Yeah,
mean, unless it was, yeah, you already knew the story. The story was stupid. Now on the new Avatar 2, they just completely abandoned the unobtainium plot, and that was supposed to be, the Earth needed it or everyone would die. But
yeah, no.
but now they're harvesting whale oil or something.
Yeah, they're harvesting the whale oil. That's one thing that they do, but which makes you immortal when you take it. But it stops you from aging. It doesn't make you immortal. It stops the aging. So if you get decapitated, you still die. And but also, why that in this movie they abandoned so many world building things from the first one because you now don't need a chamber anymore to control your avatar. There is no connection anymore between humans and their avatars. The avatars themselves can just download the consciousness. But they don't they backed up the consciousness of the bad guys before the mission, before the last mission where they died. So in the first movie, so they had this technology already that they could download the consciousness into the avatars. But why the hell using then the stupid chambers when you have that?
Well, you know why they did that? They had to bring back, the bad guy, military guy, and this way they could bring him back even though he had already died,
Yeah,
using their previous.
but the other thing that doesn't make any sense, if they are able to clone avatars, to make avatars from a different planet that are humanoids, by the way, they of course are able also to make humans. So why don't they just clone the humans themselves and put them in there? Uh,
That would make more sense.
to bring the bad guy back. The bad guy, I think everybody, when I bring you back, when you die, I think you would appreciate it when I put you in the body of something ridiculous, like an avatar that can't breathe air anymore. You can't be anymore with humans again and things like that. Then you would say, yeah, nice, you brought me back. But why the hell didn't you put me in a human body?
Right.
Because when
And
they get,
why bring back the military leader who lost the first campaign? Why not bring in somebody new?
yes, of course, that makes also no sense. But as I said, the complete technology they established in the first one, they abandoned it completely in the
So
second one.
they basically they threw away all the stuff from the first movie. That doesn't make any sense. The technology, the thing that Earth itself was going to be destroyed if we didn't get, now they don't care about it. Now
Yeah,
they want some thing that stops the aging process. And to me, it's just even stupider than it was previously.
It gets even more stupid because our main character runs away with his family because here the bad guys are threatening his family or his children or whatever. But what does he do? He doesn't want to bring the tribe in trouble, but he's the leader of the tribe, and it's the same tribe that defeated a whole army in the last movie.
Right?
That means, and it's the only one, by the way, that did that. It's the only that they are experienced with this kind of enemy. So what sense does it make to say to give up his position as the leader of these people that could protect him and themselves because they are experienced, and then to go to an unexperienced water tribe that have nothing, that they have even explained to what a punch is, like in here in Time Machine, the Eloy.
Oh wow! So they're just totally peaceful.
Yeah, one of the children even punches somebody from them because the guy didn't see the punch coming, because he didn't know that this is a punch. So
it sounds really stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And we have Movie Massacre here, but but he seems to have some technical issues. And when everything is okay, I let him in, because I can't let him in before he hasn't put a microphone on and things like that.
Okay.
It says that to me. That's why I know that. Yeah, as I said, it's and so we have so many stupid stuff going on, which makes it impossible to connect, relate to anything what happens in the movie. Because
okay, well, I guess our overall opinion on Avatar 2 is a thumbs down then.
Yeah, 2 thumbs down. It's so boring. As I said, it's everything in water, and at the end you get the final is this. And also, by the way, in the last movie they defeated the whole army, if you can remember, with this tribe. They defeated the whole army, but this time they are just fighting against one ship.
Wow.
Just the ship from the trailer. And it's not even a fighting ship. It's a trawler for whale hunting, with people on there who are whale hunters. So hey,
and that's all. That's all they have to fight is one whale ship instead of an army. That's Movie Massacre.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah. Movies Massacre.
Hey.
I can't remember. Have you seen Avatar 2 or haven't you seen it?
We spoke about this last night.
Yes, y'all did. Okay,
No.
Cub was a little drunk last night.
Cub was very
he
drunk
sure
last night.
was.
On our time in Washington, it was 6 o'clock, and I told Cub, I've got to go. At 7 o'clock, we were still talking because Cub wouldn't let me go.
I know. We listened to that. It was awesome. We were trying to see how long it would be before you actually got to go.
Should have started placing bets.
Bazzil, is that the
you know that Cub started another stream after that in German, right? And went another 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I commented on it saying, "Does Cub sleep?"
Yeah, I was there too.
Who needs
sleep?
sleep?
You were on about what, 8 to 10 hours yesterday?
I get enough sleep when I'm dead, so no problem.
Oh my God.
Now I'm young and I want to live.
Yeah, Avatar 2 does not interest me because it looks like the exact same film, but in water.
No, it's like Speed 2. Every exciting scene in Speed on land was exciting because it was on land, on the air, in the air on land. But on the water, these chase scenes, they don't look so exciting on water.
Cameron said he wants to do 7 or 8 more Avatar films. What the hell is he going to do with those? Underground?
Hey,
I think he's already shot at least 2 more of them, hasn't he? I think they shot them
I didn't know that.
simultaneously.
Wow. Wow.
yeah, I think the first one was Avatar: the Way of the Air, and the second one was called The Way of the Water. And so the next one, which way is the next one going? I don't know. Maybe we find
Underground,
out
dirt.
the way of the space or something like that. I don't know. No
It'll be
idea.
it'll be called he/them. Where they talk about the pronouns.
It was yeah, and as I said at the end, you get the Titanic scene with this ship, by the way, here with this trawler ship that sinks, and then you have exactly the same scenes like in Titanic. Here, where they get chased, they try to escape from the sinking ship, and at the same time they had to fight off here the bad guy who's chasing them, and so on. So yeah, it's the same thing, same scenes like in Titanic, just with
Dear me.
with blue people with
And
Smurfs.
this cost millions to make, and they just made the same film. It's
Yeah.
that's how you throw money away. You can give
Yeah,
it to me. If they don't want that cash, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Something like
400
$500 million they spent on that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Greg.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
read yesterday. Me and Cub were talking about yesterday that they haven't even made half of the cash back for it yet. They haven't even broke even, and it's. I think it's already made billions, but because it costs so much, it's not broke even yet. Or
Yeah,
millions,
it
it's
made
made.
1 billion. It made 1 billion, 100 and
That's
1
insane.
and 10 million or
It's
something like that.
it's incredible that it's making that kind of money. It's
Yeah,
it's a
it is.
testament to man's stupidity.
Yeah, but this thing is the typical front-loaded movie. If you know this term, front-loaded means most people are going to watch it directly now, out of curiosity. But they won't go back to rewatch it like the old one. And then this is going to drop very hard. It makes $1 billion with the first weeks. Okay, that's okay. But after that, it's going to get. It's not having the hold like the first one, because the first one had an immense hold in the top 10. It stayed there for months and dropped just 10% and things like that. It's very, very small drops. I don't see that with this one.
No, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Avengers Endgame the biggest movie of all time for making money, or is it Avatar?
No, Avatar. Avatar
It's Avatar. Okay.
is one. Avengers is two, and but they are roughly the same. They're both at 3 billion, and after that, I think Titanic is after that.
Cameron film, another Cameron film.
Yeah.
The fake Cameron Cub, remember?
And here the Force Awakens is also in the top 5, something
Wow.
like that. That's what I know. And the Avatar is in the top 10, I think, now, because it's
Yeah, man.
surpassed. Which one? But I really don't care, because these numbers
Yeah.
them are made up anyway. We know
Yeah,
that
it's just to tell the
Marvel.
movie more. Oh, this is
Yeah.
doing well, so you have to see it, so you can say you were there. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, no, not with this one. The old Avatar I can see, because even I went to the cinema to watch it.
Yeah.
Even after I have watched it at home. I watched
Mhm.
it at home, but I thought, you didn't get this 3D experience. And so I watched it a second time in the cinema with the 3D experience, which was awesome, because it was my first 3D movie.
Yeah.
So, but by watching it 2 times in a row, I really started to hate it. Even during
Cub
watching it in
hating
the
it.
cinema, really, because I watched it, because when you watch it directly 2 times, back to back directly, one day at home, and then the next day you watch it in the cinema, you really see the cracks in the story.
Yeah.
It really everything, every little crack with the first watching gets so big with the second time, and it's kind of
I do have
unwatched.
a question about Avatar 2. Does Sigourney Weaver play a young character in part 2? I read that she does, but she's
Yes,
an older character in the first one. Is it the
yes.
same character, like with
Uh,
flashbacks? Or
and it's her daughter. The first
oh, okay,
she
makes
gives
sense.
birth after she dies. She gives birth because she
Mhm.
dies and gets into the tree of life. The tree of life kind of absorbs her or something like that. And
Oh,
her daughter is a Navi for some reason.
Mhm.
Is a Navi, but we don't know who the father is. And they make
Cub.
a secret out of it, who the father is. And
Cub's the
also she
father.
has superpowers, by the way, the daughter. She can directly communicate with this tree of life thing. So
So
she's
like she can
she's a kind
control
of,
nature.
yes, she's kind of
Yeah.
Mary Sue, and she at the in the final, her Mary Sue powers save this Titanic scene.
Mhm.
They get saved by her Mary Sue powers. And it's so
Dear me.
boring when you have such a character. It's just
Yeah.
boring,
It sounds
really.
unoriginal because I like we all like them, don't we? Like a good film usually has a really good bad guy, and I've heard that they just bring the old bad guy back, and it's
Yeah.
nothing really original, like a new original villain. It's just the same old nonsense.
Yeah, because the old bad guy was such an original villain. It was not just what you call it, black and white bad guy character.
It's just cookie cutter military guy, wasn't
Yes, he was straight out of a movie from 100 years ago or something like that.
it?
I really thought he starts to put on his monocle here on his eye here, like the guy from Monopoly, like
Mhm.
this
Oh,
Monopoly
the
guy.
Monopoly guy.
Yeah, and plays with his beard and laughs like something like that. Really, he was such a bad guy. Really, so was such from 100 years ago or something like that. How you imagine
Yeah,
a
she's
bad
pretty.
guy?
Mhm. Dear me.
Yeah, and he was really even worse than we thought. He was not just a bad guy. He had even a child running around there, a baby or something like that,
What?
which he
A
never
baby
brought up.
avatar?
No, a baby.
Oh, a real one. Yeah.
Because there's a
Oh.
real a human between all these avatars. There's a human, and this
Mhm.
human is supposed to be his son that he left there after he died, and the mother. They don't bring the mother up. We don't know if she died or left. Then don't bring her up, like she wouldn't exist or something like that.
Yeah. Dear me.
It's just so ridiculous. Yeah, Spider it's this character called. Uh, and as I said, it's just so stupid and boring. And yeah, we shouldn't bore the people more with Avatar. It's really enough enough with that crap, Greg.
Right.
Yes.
So you want to move on to the next thing on the list? You have Whitney Houston. I want to dance with
No,
somebody.
I haven't, because the movie didn't come out till now. It's still they put out a wrong schedule for it, because it says that it comes out came out this week, but it didn't. It didn't come out, so I
Well,
couldn't
that's
watch
sad.
it. Of course. Yeah.
I couldn't watch it either. My internet's been playing merry hell with me all week with the ice storm and now the thunderstorms and
The ice storm was terrible. We had
Yeah.
that a few days ago.
So how did everybody survive the ice storm?
Stayed at home, did nothing.
No problem.
Yeah,
What about you?
exactly. That's what I did. Did nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's basically what I did too. It was so freaking cold. It was the
Oh,
third
God, yeah.
third coldest Christmas in the 200-year history of Houston.
Dear
Yeah, and
me.
we have the warmest Christmas ever.
But the
ever,
good
I
thing
think,
about
because
this one is we didn't have any snow and rain and all that crap to deal with
we
like we
Yeah,
did
we
we
had
last
didn't.
year.
we had yesterday 15 degrees Celsius.
That's
So
in
When that stuff
Celsius, though, isn't it?
first hit, we had freezing rain, snow. So there was ice and there was snow, and it was wind chills 27 below.
Wow.
Where'd
It
you
was
I
awful.
yesterday
And
I
that's
went
Fahrenheit.
yesterday I went to Mehmet's place
With
with a
the wind
t-shirt.
chill, the yeah,
How the hell do you keep your cars running in that kind of mess?
it was. I didn't even go out and mess with it. I didn't even bother with nothing. I just sat in the house. It was
Yeah.
too cold to do anything, in my
Yeah.
opinion. There was people out doing things in it, but I'm not going out and doing that.
Yeah,
No, I went outside for a little while, like 5 minutes, and I came back in. I was like, that's it. I had my heaviest coat on and everything, but it was too cold and windy, and it was
Yeah.
miserable. I hid in the house the whole time.
We
Yeah,
live in
and,
one of
Well,
those.
they had them wind chill warnings up the whole time that it was going.
I was literally hiding under a blanket in my house with all my heaters on maximum.
We live in
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah.
areas where, how the ice storms where there's always some idiot that decides to go out, and the next day when the ice is gone, you just see cars on every turn in ditches. Like, why would you even try to drive out in it? Is beyond me. It's insane.
I don't know. You're going to end up like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
yeah, and that
Exactly.
people end up like that. As I said yesterday, I was wearing a t-shirt the whole day when I went to Mehmet. It was so warm here, and that we get again here ice and freezing cold, and you can't start your car and so on. To get that again, people here in Germany are gluing themselves on the streets. If you have heard of that.
No.
They're
That we
gluing
get,
themselves to what?
yeah, against the global warming, gluing themselves on the street
Oh,
and
protesting.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
it's
Cool.
not a
They're-
protest.
Run 'em
This
over.
is,
Just being idiots.
yeah, these are
They're
just
also destroying artwork and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well,
really,
it's like why bother these pieces of art? My God, that's awful.
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
because they're saying we in the next 50 years it is going to be 1 degree warmer or 0.1 or something like that,
For fuck's
which
sake.
will
Well, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
which will of course
You want
make,
me to be right out there with it? Who gives a shit?
yeah, but
I mean,
1
that-
degree
over
more will
1
make
fucking
life
degree.
impossible on planet Earth. If you don't, you know that.
I highly doubt it.
So you're saying it's 15 degrees there in Celsius units? Is that warm or cold? I only understand freedom degrees, Fahrenheit.
This time of the year, I'd much rather it be a degree warmer.
Hey, then
Right?
I have
Right?
I have no idea how much this is in Fahrenheit, and I made even a review on Fahrenheit 451, and I have no
Good
idea how much
stuff.
this is in Fahrenheit. This made up thing that you call Fahrenheit. Why don't you use Celsius? Damn it! Like
We call them
everybody else.
freedom. We call them freedom degrees here, Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It's like freedom fries, not French fries.
It's
You'll
all
get
they
it.
teach us.
So Bazzil is the second time in. Which one is the real one? Bazzil. Is this the real one? So maybe this is.
Bazzil, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Bazzil just watched the Troll movie. This is something I know I've seen and other people have seen. So
Yep.
we can actually all talk about something we've seen. What did you think of the Troll movie, Bazzil?
Actually, I really enjoyed it. It's a different type of movie based in Norway, obviously, but about a king, a troll, supposedly a troll king. It was very well acted. The troll was pretty pretty realistic.
It was a Netflix movie, so you didn't have the high dollar,
No, you
like a
didn't have a lot of.
theatrical release.
Yeah, you didn't have the like you're saying, the over theatrical crap in it. But it looked, the scenery looked perfect. It was like very well professionally done. I mean,
Well,
the storyline was great, really.
I thought the father-daughter storyline was well acted, and it didn't take away from the kaiju movie. It actually added to the movie, which that's pretty rare. Normally, the human part of the kaiju movies subtract away, but I thought they did a really good job, and I think you really have to watch this in its original language. So, Cub, you shouldn't try to watch it in German or something. Watch it in Norwegian.
But the Norwegians also watch it in German. Why should I watch it in Norwegian? Because it's the superior language. I told you so many times. You don't never want to believe me.
Yeah, I know.
And by the way, thanks.
You should
Thanks
know,
for
he's
the
German.
Greg. Thanks for supporting my new party here in Germany with the 200 Reichsmark that you sent me. So because I think last time we had also sponsors from Wall Street, this time from Texas, supporting here our new party that we want to make here.
It's a 100-year-old coin.
What? 100 euro?
Yeah, that coin's from 1923. Your 200 Reichsmark.
Yeah, I saw that. It's really old, from 1923 even.
What's cool is it's in mint condition too.
Yeah, but you shouldn't. But serious, you shouldn't send me precious stuff like that. That is not necessary. I really thought it's just 200 Reichsmark, which is which thanks to the inflation became back then worthless, if you can remember. And I can't appreciate something worthy like that.
It was out of my collection. I've had it for a long time. I felt it was appropriate that it went back to Germany after 100 years.
Do you know what's?
I didn't go out and buy that Cub. I've had it for years and years. I have a few coins laying around, so it wasn't a big deal for me. And like you say, now you have 200 Reichsmark, so you can buy God who knows what in Germany.
Yes,
a new car.
No, when I tell my followers that we have now the support from the United States, that they have sent us money, even in the right right money, the Reichsmark.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we get our Fourth Reich much faster done, like last.
Oh, I'm sure. And you got the first.
They all are waiting. They were just waiting from the sponsoring from Wall Street, like last time, like 80 years ago. And now
that's true.
Now I tell them, now we have the American sponsors, like last time.
Cub.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Danny right now from Horror Addicts. I just asked him if he's free, if he wants to jump on, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, he can jump in. Just jump in when he
he's
can.
free. I'll
awesome.
let him know.
You sent
the more the merrier.
Yeah.
You have the invitation link, Movie Massacre.
Yeah, if he's free, if he's not doing anything, I'll send it to him.
Yeah.
So, Movie Massacre, did you see the Troll movie?
No, I was going to. Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, sweet. I have Netflix. Just recently.
Well, okay. Next time we're on, you can give us what you think of it.
Yeah, I do have questions though. Look,
okay.
Is it similar to that? There's another Troll movie that come out a while, years
Troll
ago.
Troll Hunter. It's the other one.
That's it, Cub. Is it like that?
Yeah,
it does look similar, and I really, really enjoyed that.
But there is no real connection between these two movies, because in Troll they kind of pretend that this is the first time ever that trolls show up.
So they're
So
in this new one. They're already established and they're already aware that trolls exist.
no, as I said,
No.
in this new one, they show up first time
Oh, okay.
for them, for people, for the
Well, her
people from
father is
the
aware of them and knows they're around, but no one believes him. Even though
yeah.
it turns out later the government is well aware that he's telling the truth, and they set him up to make him look bad.
Yes,
You
but
mentioned it's a
It's
kaiju
very
movie.
similar to what
That sounds awesome.
what's happening to Cub in real life.
So you said it's a kaiju film. Is it just a giant troll going around trashing towns?
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
yes,
Yeah,
It's
it's
mindless fun.
It's almost like another Godzilla. It's almost like another King Kong, but it's a little bit.
it's really more like Godzilla, I would say. It's really more in this Godzilla thing than the King Kong thing. I would
Yeah.
say,
Mhm.
or not.
Well,
And
Bazzil
also,
was very clear when he talked to me that he thought it was like King Kong. And of course, I've done, the review of the Troll movie. So if anyone wants to see a review of the movie, it's on Euler Greg.
yes, check out Euler Greg's
Awesome.
review on it. It's a very cool video and tells you exactly what you have to know without spoiling anything. By the way,
That's true. I do non-spoiler reviews if possible.
Yeah.
I respect people that do that because I can't do it. I even try and I can't do it. I always put spoilers in,
and,
like
and,
naturally without even realizing that I'm doing it, and so I
and
just kind
movie
of gave up with it.
movie massacre. And as a German, I'm a troll myself, so that's why I can't do a spoiler-free review. It would go against my genes. They will revolt. Every fiber in my body would revolt if I would do something nice like that.
That there is an art to doing it, and you can't do a really long review without doing some spoilers. But
Yeah.
yeah, I do a pretty good job with it. It's okay. I'm just trying to get people to see movies that they probably hadn't seen before, but that are hidden gems or something. So I usually don't do reviews where I'm tearing a movie apart. I really don't care. What I do is I try and highlight something that maybe people want to see. And if I'm doing that and I'm trying to get you to see it, I don't want to ruin it.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of times when I start watching a review, if it's something I want to see, I don't finish watching the review until I go see if I can find the movie. I watch the movie, then I go back and if somebody I know has previously recommended stuff that I liked from their recommendations, well, then when I see it, I'm like, okay, I'll start watching it. I'm like, okay, I've seen enough. I don't want to get it spoiled. And when I watch the movie, I come back and I finish it. Well, you don't have to do that with mine because I'm not going to spoil the movie like Cub would.
Hey,
Cub will spoil the movie, the book, the TV series. He's going to spoil every possible thing. He's going to
Yeah.
ruin it all.
Yeah, but as I said, I'm German. What did you expect? Please, if I'm not
I
Texan,
expect German efficiency and thoroughness.
yeah, I'm not a Texan, and Texans are nice guys. That's in their genes. They can't be as mean and trolly like Germans or something like that. It's impossible.
We're really nice until we're not.
So but talking about highlights on your channel, Greg, you completely forgot to mention the sorcerer. This is because this is really a highlight. This video, it's so well edited. Also, it's just I really liked it. The one on your channel and also the continuation when you wanted to the whole review. On the your
Well,
brother's
yeah, I did something different there. I did a collaboration with Ground Cantina, and I do just the snippets, maybe 4 minutes out of a 20-minute conversation, which is kind of a deep dive review. And High Ground, yeah, he definitely demands spoilers. So if you watch that, it's going to spoil the hell out of the movie. But yeah, so if you like that, I might do some more similar to that. Me and Bazzil did a one yesterday where we did the Wednesday series review on his channel, and we did a similar type of cross discussion type of a review.
That
So
surprised
it's
me.
something.
That show.
It's
It was
something we're
really good.
experimenting with.
Mhm.
What's that?
It really surprised me, that show. I really enjoyed it.
I did too. It's on the list for today. So
Oh, nice. I don't know what the list is. I'll just speak up when you mention the list.
it's just it's the current stuff that's on. Me and Cub go over it, and then we try to distribute it to people, so you have a chance to check out whatever you can. Not everybody can see everything, but that way you kind of got an idea what the show's going to be about.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
helped. It helped us. Yeah, well, it helped
Greg,
because
I
then
think-
anyway, we haven't heard Kat. Did you see Troll?
Yeah.
So
I
what did you
believe
think about it?
I watched it the day before you put your review out.
That's
That was so
awesome.
weird. It was so weird because I seen it pop up and I was like, I just literally laid in bed and watched that last night. I like kaiju movies.
Hey,
Awesome.
did you like the scene with the helicopters and the
Yes,
Now the helicopters.
Oh, yeah, that was
what
cool.
with the bells.
what Bazzil was saying
Yes.
that the helicopters reminded him of King Kong fighting the helicopters, but Cub says that it's a Godzilla movie.
Yes, because King Kong, this new King Kong, is also not a King Kong movie. It's also a Godzilla movie. Because if you can remember in this new King Kong, which I can't stand, when you can remember the review where Bazzil, by the way, was part of this review, I say, remind people that King Kong is not that big normally. King Kong is not the size of Godzilla. They had to pump him up double of his normal size that he can even join the fight with Godzilla. And also it's not the typical King Kong situation where the ape gets attracted to woman or has even something to do with a woman. Even when Captain Marvel is in it, barely get recognized that there is anything going on between humans and the ape or something like that. So it's really
Right.
more of a Godzilla movie than
Yeah.
even the new
Yeah.
King Kong movie.
Yeah,
So
I see what he's saying. Yeah,
but yes, I get where you come from when this scene is really exactly like the one in the King Kong movie. Yeah. I showed this scene even in my review.
So Troll. Is it more like the old? Like I know you say Godzilla. Is it more like the when you refer to that? Are you talking about the older Godzilla movies or the newer ones?
It
In
has
style?
heart.
Mm-hmm.
It
So
is,
I would compare it to the original Godzilla in a lot of ways because
yeah.
it turns out that I guess we can spoil stuff here that the troll's family got slaughtered by the king of Norway, and they built a palace over the remains of all these dead trolls and baby trolls and stuff. They made it really seem like they were betrayed and slaughtered, and that's why he's trying to get to the capital. It's not like Godzilla showing up to Tokyo for no reason and stomp. He's trying to get back to his family, and they actually used one of the bodies, one of the heads of one of the baby trolls to lure him. They use a cool F-150 Ford pickup
Yeah.
truck.
yes, but Greg, then you can't then you can compare it to every Godzilla movie besides the first one, because in the other ones Godzilla is more of a tragic figure. Not
Yeah.
in the first one. In the first one, he's the raw nature of destruction.
What I'm comparing is the human element and the fact that the movie had heart, and the first Godzilla had heart.
Yeah, okay.
Cub
but,
wouldn't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
There's
you
a
can't.
Oh
correction
my
on-
God.
You can't.
There's a correction on the truck. It was a Chevy, not an F-150.
You can't bring up these made-up organs like heart
Yeah.
or something like that. What the hell should that be? I never heard of that. We have opened here so many Germans, never found one. So please. So no, but I would say it has really more in common with the continuations of the first Godzilla movie, because the first one is my favorite one, and it's, by the way, the only one I like. I really like. The other ones are okay. They are, but not my
What do
favorite.
you all think of Shin Godzilla? Because I know that's
I
very
like it.
controversial. I love it. It's my
I
favorite
liked it.
Godzilla
Oh
film.
my god, that was
Yeah,
such
that was pretty
crap.
good stuff there. I liked
Mhm.
it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, probably
That's
the
good too.
worst
I
one.
loved it. It's such a shame for me because I wanted to see the sequel where all those mini Godzillas came out of Godzilla's tail, which they were going to have, and we're running around the city. And I read a lot about it. They were going to have mini Godzillas come out of his mutated tail. Because you see, he mutates all the way through the film. Like he keeps evolving. They were going to have that in the story in Shin Godzilla 1, 2, and 3, where he just can't stop. And it's bad for Godzilla and bad for everybody, but they can't kill him, which I thought would be really cool. Because in those 3 films that, unfortunately, we're not going to see, they were going to have different Godzilla forms in it non-stop. Even
That would
one
have been
where he'd
interesting.
look. Yeah, even more where he'd look slightly human, apparently. They were going to
It
go
was
with.
barely a Godzilla movie. It was a political talk movie like episode 1, where you had the whole time you had these talks between the humans that I didn't know what to do, and were talking and talking and talking
You see,
constantly.
I'd argue that the original Godzillas are political.
Oh, it's very political,
Oh, you
especially
can't
for the time.
you can't compare a masterpiece with the first Godzilla with crap like this chin thing. Please.
Did you like how he looked in it?
I hated his looks.
He's got thighs in that.
Yeah.
I was so glad when I sat through this crap, and I watched every Godzilla movie. By the way, I could do a Godzilla review. I prepared
You
one,
should.
but
Mhm.
but it has now already 6 videos. The preparation I made since last year, I'm preparing a Godzilla retrospective series,
Mhm.
and it has already 6. There are already 6 videos planned, and I'm not even sure that this is enough. Maybe I need 7 or something like that. So I'm constantly pushing it away for next year. And
Cub, I'm really sorry. Could you send me a link again so I can send it to Danny? Because Danny just said he'll join
yeah,
from
sure.
Horror Addicts.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Should I send it to you on Discord, or where do you want it?
Yeah, send it in, plug your shit, and I'll get it from there and send it in.
In what?
Uh,
I plug into your shit.
plug
No, I
your
can.
shit here or whatever.
No, I can send it directly to you. I
Oh
don't.
yeah, do that. Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him about because we're going to watch AEW together on Wednesday, and
So now you have
he seemed bored,
second
so
time the same
was-
link. You have second time the same link. So,
here we go. Here's that link. I'm not copy link. Copy link. Oh, sweet. He said he'll join. Where do you do? Oh,
very-
right.
very cool.
I'll send him a link now. There you go. I've sent it him. He should join soon, I imagine. Unless he has to create a StreamYard account like I did yesterday. I very rarely stream. So, this is awesome.
But StreamYard is really cool. It's a very easy way to set up fast a stream where people can join. I really like StreamYards.
Yes, nice. I always thought you had to pay for it because I'm not very good. I don't know a lot about streaming.
Yes,
It's all
you have
new
to
me.
pay for it if you want more functions and more than 6 people in it, and if you don't want the StreamYard's hologram here in the left field.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I don't feel like there's any needs to pay for it if that's all it's for.
yes, yes,
Mhm.
really, it doesn't bother me that
No.
you have in the left field the StreamYard's advertisement. I don't care for that.
Me neither.
Yeah, no, but as
So,
I said,
I guess we're done with troll, and we move on to the next topic.
You say we are done with trolling?
Maybe. Unless somebody has some other comments
Just
on it,
speak
we'll
for
move on.
yourself. Don't speak for the German. We never stop trolling.
Okay, so we have the item that Q has added to the content list today. It's Rogue Heroes, which is the origin story of the SAS. Did you have a chance to see it, Cub?
I'll be back in a moment.
No, sorry. This I can't even remember that I had to watch it. When did you tell me that I had to watch it, Greg?
Yeah, it's on the list from a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. No, sorry.
I think
You
you'll like
added
it.
a bunch of stuff. You added stuff to the list, but you didn't look at the list.
Yeah, as I said,
Right before your message where you're adding all these other things that, well, like Avatar and Whitney Houston and whatnot, you'll see Rogue Heroes. But anyway, it's probably not your kind of show. I figured you'd come up with an excuse to not watch it, and you did.
Oh,
no, sorry. As I said, next time. maybe.
Sorry. Okay, so we'll let Bazzil Broketail describe Rogue Heroes to us. What did you think of the series, Bazzil?
actually, it's well acted. It goes all the way back to around World.
Hello?
What?
Yeah.
He finally gets to talk and it cuts off.
Yeah. Very suspicious.
He's probably still talking.
Yeah, when I bring him in a few minutes, then you hear from him. Yeah, that was my review on that.
Right? That's sad. Well, I guess we're going to come back to that one. And let's see. Did anyone get a chance to see Weird Al, the
No.
Al Yankovic story?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I saw it. Cub saw it. Did you see it, Kat?
No.
What about you, Movie Massacre? Is he there? I can't see anything.
He said he'd be right back. I remember that.
Okay, well, that explains it. Okay, so I guess me and Cub will talk about it. So it's a Weird Al story,
Wait
and
a
of course,
second.
it's
Bazzil is back again. He
Do
wanted
what?
to finish. Yes,
Basil's back.
Bazzil is back, so he can finish his review.
oh, is Bazzil back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been here.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're back to Rogue Heroes. We lost we got about 3 words and then you disappeared. So why don't you start over? What did you think of the series?
I actually enjoyed it. It was a great series involving the Germans versus the Allies, and
And the Germans were the good guys?
no, the Germans are never the good guys.
Yeah, don't be ridiculous, Greg. That doesn't make
But,
sense.
Actually, at one point, the Americans, was it the Americans or the Brits? I think it was the Americans. Were actually in a contest who could take out the most Germans. And,
Well, of course,
they met in the desert. Remember that where they met in the desert?
Well, of course, yeah, it was in the desert, and this is a story of the origin story of the British SAS. And if you've seen the Rat Patrol series from the 60s, you'll know that was mainly made up of Americans, so that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
I'm seeing here a message here that your internet went down.
What? No.
Or the
Okay. Okay, but I'm still here. So my internet, obviously isn't completely down.
Yes, and the Germans.
And that was a joke. No, they're not
also there.
They're not they're not Americans, but there was a show about the SAS in the 60s, and it was called the Rat Patrol, and that had the Americans doing all the stuff that the Brits did, and of course the British weren't too happy with that series. So this is the first one I've seen that I watched it, and I would agree it's a really good series. It's got good acting, it's got a good story, and when I watch one of these dramas that tells a story from history, I like it to be as accurate as possible. And this one, from everything I've seen, is a very pretty accurate representation of what happened.
Oh, okay, that sounds interesting. Really.
Well, hello.
Hey, we got a new.
Ah,
There,
he,
cat
he,
balls
he,
there.
Yep.
yeah, he came in the body of Movie Massacre. He used his avatar.
So Danny said he can't. He doesn't have a camera or a microphone on his computer, but he's going to join us in chat,
Oh,
In-
okay.
YouTube chat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, that'll help.
No.
Excellent.
That
I
is
shall-
it's sad, but okay.
Yeah, I'll send him a link.
Yeah, because I thought he took your body over like in Body Snatchers or something like that, and now he just uses your dead body as avatar or something like that.
Oh, I allow him to do that.
Well, welcome to the show.
Oh dear. Message deleted by Cubs Corner. XXX18 online. What's hidden by Cub?
Yeah, well, that's
Is that your old employment? Trying to get in contact with you, Cub.
yeah, probably. Yeah, no. So no, but it's okay if you want to join the chat at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah,
Would
so
be
I've just
also
sent
cool.
him
Hey,
a link.
did you get a chance to see Rogue Heroes, the new series on Epics about the formation of the SAS in World War II?
No. I'm behind on a lot of stuff because we live in the sticks, and we haven't been able to get a good internet signal for a very long time. Only like a minor one, so we can just check our phones. We can't. It's not good enough to stream anything, and we've just got
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like this week we've just got Starlink that Elon Musk won, and it actually works.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so
Yes.
now we've got Netflix and Shudder and other stuff, so I can catch up. Like I just said to my wife when I went downstairs, we're going to watch Troll later on, so I can.
Oh, yeah, we were just discussing Troll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds really good.
And by the way, hi Danny Nightmare. Is this Danny you talked about?
Yep, that's Danny. Horror
Yeah,
addicts.
yeah, nice to have you here. It's a great honor, by the way. So, yeah, it's really good, Movie Massacre, that you don't use the weak democratic internet anymore and use the much better Republican one.
So, have you ever seen the movie Sorcerer from 1977?
Probably. I don't always stream horror, but when I do, I should. So I'm just reading comments. I don't know, to be honest. Couldn't tell
Yeah,
you.
it's the movie from the guy who made French Connection here.
And he also made The Exorcist. And my brother found some interesting connections between the Sorcerer movie and the Exorcist movie.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah,
They're redoing The Exorcist. Well, they're not like remaking it. They kind of are, aren't they? They're doing a new version of Exorcist 2 and 3, which is I don't bloody know how I even feel about that. But they're doing it. It's going to be the Halloween treatment,
boy.
isn't it? Yeah. 'Cause you know what? I've never seen Exorcist 2, but I really enjoyed Exorcist 3. Thought it was really good. I liked
Yeah,
the
it
Oh,
was.
that's the one with
Yeah.
that's the one with George C. Scott, isn't it?
yeah, and it's the
think
Peter
so,
Blatty
yeah.
one. It's from the author of the book himself. He directed the third one, by the way. Paul
I
Peter
thought that was
Blatty.
a good. I thought that was a good movie as well. What did you think of it, Cub?
Wouldn't say talking about wouldn't use words like good or something like that when it comes to the continuations of The Exorcist, but I'm a huge John Borman fan, of course. I kind of like the second one. The third one, it's still. I don't know. I have to rewatch it again. I watched it 2 or 3 times till now. But there
You know,
are,
the
no,
jump scare in that is jump scares done right. It's the one with the nurse with the knife.
yes, it's
if
the
you-
best, one of the best
Brilliant,
scenes
incredible,
ever put
incredible.
on film. I give you that. It's so good, and but it's kind of
It's Cub
really
approved.
it is so weird that you have this is a hint. This scene is kind of a hint on a great movie that could have really be a really dense and great horror movie, a true classic from a complete other movie. Because the rest of the movie is nothing like that.
Isn't
Eh,
Brad Dourif in it? If I remember, the guy that voices Chucky. I believe Brad Dourif's
think,
in The
yes.
Exorcist 3. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
Google that.
I think, isn't he the guy that is possessed from the devil?
Just have a look. Brad Dourif, Exorcist.
Because
Yeah,
I
yes,
know,
you're right. It is Cub. Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
it up now.
yeah, because I
Mm-hmm.
know that the main character is George C. Scott, which is really good, by the way. This policeman, I think, he plays a policeman or something like that, and yeah. But as I said, and what I'm really not happy with is the final of the movie. The final scenes there. I thought it looked weak and cheap.
It's kind of like a, I don't know, just a rehash. The end's kind of a rehash, isn't it? But I don't know. I never. Yeah, I've got to ask you that. I've never seen Exorcist 2, and my mother just said it's just greatest hits of the first film. Is
Yeah.
that true? Yeah.
No.
No.
It's
To a
not
point.
the
Two
greatest
different opinions on that.
greatest hits of the first film.
It's got James Earl Jones in it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, she said that it's just like it's just a lot of flashbacks, is what she said.
Oh,
Not
okay.
the whole
Oh,
thing.
yes, that's what you mean. Okay,
Yeah,
then
that's
you are
what I
right.
meant. Yeah,
that-
sorry. Mhm.
Because I was confused when I said greatest hits of the first, because it's so it's a complete different story. The second one, really,
Right.
a crazy story, a complete lunatic crazy story.
Well, the
So-
flashbacks are the only good parts, which is sad.
That's a shame.
I don't know. No, the Locust flight was genius. It looked
Yeah.
so great, and with practical effects. It's the scene I best remember from the second one.
So it is worth checking out. Then it's not worth skipping. Like how
Yes,
you-
no, it's a John Borman movie.
I'll
You
check it
should
out. I'll
check
check it
out
out.
every John Borman movie, because John Borman, like the director from the first one here, what's his name again? Greg. You are the exorcist and sorcerer expert.
Right?
What was the name of the
Friedman?
director? Huh? What? William Friedkin.
Friedman.
No, yeah, William Friedkin. Yeah, he's a good director. These are directors you really should check
You
out.
did a great
every
job
movie.
with the directing. The suspense was phenomenal.
Yeah, because as I said, it's a guy who made French Connection. So
Hey, remember, I was up drinking till 6:30 this morning.
Oh shit!
I wasn't really ready for a quiz, you know.
A quick nap. Did any of you see the Exorcist TV series?
Yeah.
no.
Sounds familiar.
I didn't see it.
Well, not
What did
necessarily. That's all the movies, not the series.
It wasn't bad, you know. It wasn't that bad, and it was a continuation from the original movie, and it had Reagan in it too. A different Gina Davis played Reagan, and she's not a bad actor. But I only watched it to a certain point because there were that many shows around that I was watching, and it kind of just got put on the back burner. But from what I
Right.
saw, I actually enjoyed it, but I believe it got cancelled, which kind of sucks.
Well, they failed, even in the original movie, they failed to explain how the girl became possessed to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you know you can't be possessed just to be possessed. You've got to do something to activate that possession.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm not.
She
I'm
played.
not
like
She
sure
that.
about
played
that.
with that Ouija
Well, was she playing
board.
a
Is what
Ouija
it
board?
was.
What the hell she? What the hell was she doing? You know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
did play with the Ouija board. That's what started it all. Down in the
Yeah.
basement, Mr. Howdy and all that. Captain
Oh,
Howdy.
was it a Ouija board? That would explain it.
Yeah, it
But
was.
the
So they
first
don't
movie,
go into
the first
detail on
movie
that.
kind of establishes exactly the opposite. It establishes that this girl got possessed because she was so innocent, not because she was playing with black magic or something like that. That's the reason why she got chosen from this demon, or from the devil or whatever, because he wanted to corrupt innocence.
Well, it's an
Mhm.
interesting theological debate.
Yeah.
That's what I remember, but maybe
I
you are
mean,
right.
even
Uh,
the priest that went to exorcise a demon was not prepared. You know, there's a lot of different things you have to do to prepare for something like that. He was totally unprepared for it, and he got what he deserved.
Oh damn it!
But
Yeah, those damn hell Exorcist prequels.
well, Cub
Yeah,
also
yeah.
remembers the Cub also remembers the Monopoly guy having a monocle, which has changed due to Mandela. So
Yeah.
perhaps
What? He doesn't
yes,
have one? I thought he
I
did.
don't. Of course he did, but not anymore. So no.
Really?
but I can
Really?
remember it, so it's true. So, uh,
That's a whole nother discussion. I'll have to do a mystery stream on Mandela.
yeah,
We are
Oh,
currently
yeah.
I sometimes do mystery streams. I don't just do movie reviews, and that's one of the things I am investigating.
Just like
Nice.
Basil's paranormal investigations in Galveston, Texas.
Yeah, that's right. We haven't mentioned Bazzil does paranormal investigations. He went down to Galveston and had ghostly encounters.
I watched that. I remember that on your channel, Greg.
yes, was a cool video.
Yeah.
And to tell you one of the stories from we went down there this summer, and we'd went to he'd went to the ghost tours and around the cemeteries, and the cemetery is right next to the motel where we're staying. So we're standing there in the pool drinking beer, and Basil's telling me how he doesn't believe that then he goes, and then suddenly something picks Basil up and flips him upside down.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
he nearly drowned.
Water that, and I couldn't get back up to the top.
Yeah,
Oh my
of course he says it wasn't a ghost. It was just something weird happened. But I was pushed backwards, and he he almost drowned, and he lost his beer, which was the worst tragedy.
Yeah, I had no beer left to calm my nerves.
He was just standing there talking to me, telling me, he was discounting the ghost theory, and upside down he went, picked him up, and dropped him right on his head. And that's a true story. I didn't tell anybody that, but I was like, okay. That was weird.
Probably Mr. Ghost said, "Want a bet, bitch?" Like this.
I don't know what it was. It was weird. There's a lot of weird stuff going on that weekend.
Oh no shit! The water being ice cold when it should have been warm.
Right,
Weird
that's
cold
right.
front happening as soon as we got down there. Saying it was warm when we left, but we get down there and it was freaking cold.
It was a hot sunny day, and we get in the pool, and suddenly the pool's ice cold, and then he gets flipped upside down. Of course he just
went my way back to the top, and I couldn't get back. I started trying to tread water, couldn't do that. So I said, "All right, Hill, I'll dog paddle." Try to pull my way back to the top.
he nearly drowned. He nearly drowned in 4 foot of water. It was weird, and I was standing right there. I couldn't reach him. Something pushed me back. I think it was Q pushed me back, but I was like, "Damn it!" I could have reached him, but I would have had to set my beer down.
I popped up above the surface twice. I kept
Yeah, he did, like a cork. Boom. I'm like, well, okay. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
I finally
But,
climbed back up. I grabbed a hold of the side of the pool. I said, "What the hell was that all about?" But
yeah, that really happened.
I guess I got disoriented. Great goes bullshit.
I was gonna do a video on it, and I was like, yeah, there's no way I can do a video about this. So I wasn't even gonna tell anybody. But, okay, so I guess we move on to the next subject, and that is
If you get to know the Bazzil, you'll see all kinds of strange things happen.
yeah, that's true. I've known this guy a long time. Did anybody see Tulsa King? Which I think.
Dude, I'm a massive Sly fan. Love him to bits. He's not a great actor.
So did you get to see it?
I haven't, but I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
Yeah, because you
Oh,
have
that's
heard
great.
nothing from me about it.
Well,
why
luckily-
you just have good stuff
Luckily,
about it.
Cub is here,
Yeah.
and Cub hates most everything. So let's see. Let's see what Cub has to say about your new favorite series, Tulsa
yeah,
King.
it's
It
crap.
stars Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, it's crap and a total waste of time. I just watched the first
course.
2 episodes because I couldn't stand it anymore. And even the guy who dragged me into this crap, Jess, he didn't continue either. Even he had to see, oh my God, it's not that good. That
Really?
series. Yeah.
I've heard people compare it to his role not compare it to his role, compare it to his acting skills from Copland, because I think he's phenomenal in that film.
Yeah, I would compare it to Copland.
Really? Well, in Copland, he played a cop, and this time he plays a gangster.
No, he's not a cop. He's a gangster, and I know that's confusing to you, Cub. But the acting is similar.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean character-wise. I mean acting. I've heard he really shows again that he can actually act and do it well.
Isn't Copland a Martin Scorsese movie?
Well, to be fair, Cub doesn't usually give things much of a chance. So he cut out after an episode and a half. You had to watch it a little bit longer. I think as the series went along, Sylvester Stallone's acting improved. I think he got to get a better feel for the character, and there got to be more action. And I think that I'm still watching it because Cub demanded that we watch it for the show, and then he decided he didn't want to watch it.
I didn't
welcome to
I read that he's
welcome to my world.
I've read that he's unsure if he's going to come back to season 2 or not, which is interesting.
Yep.
But I feel like he's at a point in his career where he's just trying to do as many different roles as possible. I know he's angry at the creators of the Rocky franchise because even though Sly made it, they won't give him any rights to it, so he's not making any money from it. So he refused to be in Creed 3. So now I feel like he's tried his acting chops in a TV series. And he did a superhero film, didn't he? Before that, I forgot what that was called.
Samaritan. We have rented about that our last stream.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's just going to go into another completely different role. I just think he's trying to work as much as possible because
he wasn't bad in the superhero film. He had to work with this child actor, and I think that drug the superhero film down some.
The same problem with Tulsa like with Samaritan. The script was so bad. It was such a ridiculous.
The script wasn't that great, but he personally was pretty good with what he was given.
I'm not against Stallone.
Is it more of
or his acting chops or whatever? I'm a Stallone fan. I like Stallone, but this script didn't give him any chance to shine because in the first episode you get ridiculous scenes that don't make sense in nowadays. This is a script I'm pretty sure it has lying around for at least 20 or 30 years. Because they are pretending there that somebody goes in 2022, somebody goes in a town, just goes into a weed shop and takes over as nothing. Give me also the $500,000 you have lying around here. Just give it answer
Okay.
to me, and now I'm the boss. Okay, now we
Uh,
can get the story started. But please, you
Cub,
have to try
Cub,
harder when you want to convince me for a story. When you be
Have
so
a Snickers,
sloppy.
Cub. Have a Snickers.
Uh,
Cub, it requires some suspension of disbelief because there are some plot holes. But if you're a
you
Stallone
call that
fan,
plot holes? If you call that a plot hole, then the Grand Canyon is just it's just a what do you call it? A crack. It's just a small crack or what?
there are some flaws, as I said. But even the Mona Lisa has flaws. Just don't stare too closely.
It looked like I haven't seen it, but it does look more like a slow burn than an all-out action film to what he usually does.
Yeah, it is a slow burn, and a lot of it doesn't make sense in today's society. Cub's right. This is more something that you might have got away with. I don't know if you could even say the '90s, maybe the '80s
Really?
or something, because you
80s,
can't
yes,
just walk
80s, I
into a
would
place.
say. Yeah.
But the '80s were great. They were
Yes,
awesome.
yeah, but you can't tell a story from the 80s because I have the
You
same
can, and they
problem.
did. You just said that they did, so you
Yeah,
can.
they tried and
Maybe it
failed
doesn't work.
horribly. Hey, they tried and
Well,
failed horribly. The first 20 minutes, the thing was already over for me.
yeah, but a lot of things are like that with you. So
No,
that's okay. It may find its audience.
it's so sad, and also you constantly this had really to go back to the script. This script
Well,
was
look, the
was
show's
had constantly
it's
just
not it's
it wanted to show Sylvester Stallone, his character, in a kind of positive light that the audience is able to connect with him, and put him constantly in stupid situations where he could shine. But
Like stuff
please,
on my mum and will shoot.
Sylvester Stallone, he's a writer himself. He's
He's a very good writer, in my opinion.
Yes, yes, I agree on that. And so it's a shame. At least he should have taken a look on the scripts and say, no, this is not how we can do that. We have to change that. There has to be some other motivation why I do this and that and things like that. Because, as I said, everything reminded me of now they need a scene where he can save somebody or whatever, things like that. And I thought,
I do
no,
feel that with any project that Sylvester Stallone's involved with as an actor, they should get him involved with writing scripts because, like you said, he is a really good writer. Like for Rocky, for instance, it's just rinse and repeat with every film, but they're really good films because he knows what he's doing. He knows how to entertain, mindlessly entertain. He's really good at it.
Yes, I agree on that. And as I said, I watched every Sylvester Stallone movie, kind of. I think I watched them all, and most of them I like. I'm not the biggest fan, of course, but still, I see that there are some brilliant ones in between, like Rocky. The first one is a brilliant movie. The First Blood is a brilliant movie.
Oh, my friend Eric's just joined. He's in the chat too. He's got a good channel. He also does a lot of live streams and podcasts as well. I think he was going to join a few days ago for the one we did yesterday because he said he might join on Twitter, but I believe he was busy. But yeah, he's cool. He's here. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, nice. Nice to meet you, Eric. And by the way, Eric is one of my favorite names as a name because it is one of it is the original name of the character in Phantom of the Opera. It's called Eric, if you can remember.
Oh dear
And
me!
so-
He just mentioned that Sylvester Stallone was in Spy Kids 3.
Yes, and don't forget that. Thanks, Eric. I like this guy directly. First time he came here into the chat, this Eric guy. See, now checkmate. Discussion is over.
There was definitely some silly stuff in the Tulsa King. Like he meets a girl in the strip bar, and they have sex, and it turns out she's like the DEA agent in charge of his case. So, and then she helps him avoid trouble and gets him out when the cops arrest him, and so a lot of it's pretty contrived. But if you like Stallone, you'll probably like the series.
Yeah.
As it goes along, I think it gets a little better, but the contrivances definitely continue. There's an Irish guy who's in charge of a biker gang, and the whole thing, and then he's in charge of all these cops, and it's very strange. That doesn't seem like something that would happen in Tulsa,
Yeah, and also, why the hell Tulsa? I can tell you, because
What's wrong
then they
with you?
can call it Tulsa King, and these aren't decisions that are
Eat
made
too much.
to support the story. This is laziness. This is
What
laziness.
do you want?
So you can story like that would
No.
make much more sense maybe in another city, but no, they had to it had to be in Tulsa, because then you can
I'm gonna
take
cook
this
in a
cool
little bit.
title, Tulsa King.
You can wait.
Yeah, sure. No, thanks.
What is the film that John Travolta did where he's a dancer in a disco? I forgot the name. It's really
Saturday
annoying
Night
me.
Fever.
Wasn't Stallone in
Saturday-
the sequel to that as well?
He wrote the second part.
He
and I
wrote
think he
it.
directed it even.
Oh dear.
Staying Alive. The second part is this
That's it,
third
yes, that's-
that nobody
that's
is talking about. Yeah, that's
I
also
have
one
to
of his
go.
greatest hits. Oh
He
my
certainly
god.
tried. He certainly tried in his career.
Yeah. And don't let us forget here, like Eric said, here his Rhinestone movie with Dolly Parton, and oh my god.
Oh yeah, Eric just mentioned Over the Top as well. The arm
Oh my
wrestling movie.
god.
I actually find that
It's a
mindlessly
wonder that this
entertaining.
guy has still a career after that.
I'm gonna have to get off of here, but thanks
Oh.
for having me on.
Well, thanks
Oh,
for showing up.
Yes,
It's good
you're
to see
always-
you here.
Yeah, you have,
You
a,
know.
you have
Alright.
an open invitation
good day.
on my stream. You know that.
Okay. Well, thank you. You guys take care. Bye.
have a good
Okay,
day.
we'll see you next time.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Kat.
Ah, nice. Yet now the woman is gone, and now it's becoming quiet. Ah.
Oh dear.
Hey, this is a mystery for your mystery
That was
show.
a bad
Greg.
boy today.
Well, he's
Yeah.
definitely done some stinkers. He's had a weird career. He's had a lot of ups and downs. But it's going to happen, isn't it?
I just a few days ago was writing on the new version of the Tango and Cash review. So
I love
yeah,
that film.
a
So
few
one-
stickers. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite buddy cop movies. It is amazing.
You will never believe that it is from the same guy who made Runaway Train.
Wow.
One of the best movies ever made, with an Akira Kurosawa script, by the way. And this guy made Tango and Cash, and I couldn't believe that. I thought, oh my god, something is wrong here. It can't be. And Kurt Russell is in it. Oh my god, this should be the best movie ever. But
Yeah, I
of course,
love Kurt. Who doesn't like Kurt?
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's awesome. Well,
I know.
Yeah, I know you love Kurt Russell. Who doesn't? But what were I saying? Oh yeah, Danny mentioned that Stallone also played King Shark.
King
Yeah, he
Shark.
did. He's had such an odd career, hasn't he? He's
Is that a stinker I don't know from Stallone? King
and
Shark.
Eric said for every Rocky there's the specialist. But at least his
Oh my
character-
god, the specialist! Yeah, no, oh my god. Hey, Greg, wouldn't you ever have thought that this stream is now turned out to a funeral for Sylvester Stallone? His career?
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg, for bringing him up. I think he's going to write you a letter, a thank you letter.
What did
So-
you all think of Last Blood? Because I know that actually pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, there's a
I-
last blood.
I loved it. Yeah, cool. I guess you didn't like it.
Oh, that's the one where he went down to Mexico, and then the gang cartel came back, and attacked
Yeah,
him at his house after
that's
his
it.
daughter was killed.
Mhm. Yeah, I liked it, but it was such a depressing tone in that film. But I did
It was
enjoy it
depressing, but I thought it
very.
was well acted.
Yeah, it was. I just felt bad for him because I want Rambo to have a happy ending, and because of the type of guy he is, he's never gonna get it because he just, as much as he tries to fight it, he enjoys being violent. He loves it.
Yeah, but in the original book, he doesn't have an happy ending.
No, does he? He dies, I believe, doesn't he, in the book?
Yes, of course. But this
That's
is the
sad.
only thing that makes sense. That's
Yeah,
why
Eric.
it's such a great story. First
Eric
Blood.
says it's Rambo meets Home Alone, but all Rambo movies are depressing, and I think I'd agree with that.
I agree with that.
They
Yeah.
they are kind of depressing. It's more so because he's finally got his own place, and you think he's going to have this happily ever after, but you kind of know that that's not going to be for him, like you say.
Yeah, there's always something, some kind of storm in the background for him.
Yeah,
Well, it's kind
and
of like
also,
the
I wonder that Sylvester Stallone is now royalty. This is the second king title he uses.
I
What's
think
that?
Rambo is kind of like Kung Fu from the 70s. You ever see that series? And no matter what he does, no matter how peaceful he tries to be, every town is going to have
Yeah.
these people who just randomly attack him.
Yeah, it's like the first one's. It's such a sad film because he's coming back from war and he just starts getting bullied by the local cops and he just can't escape it. And the scene at the end is horrible where he's just crying in that. Is it a gas station or that store? And the colonel comes to help him, and it's horrible. It's horrible. And then it goes like the Rocky like way with the sequels, where it's just his
Well,
one man army in wars, and less of a drama.
he was telling the story of a lot of American veterans who came back from that war, and basically from Korea and World War II as well, who had a lot of trouble fitting back in. And one of the groups of people who dealt with them are these cops, and the cops a lot of times are not good people.
No.
Hey,
really-
and let's not forget the times when Sylvester Stallone helped the Taliban in Afghanistan to win their war.
Oh yeah, wiped
That's
like
right.
300 of them out at once.
and explained them how blue light works.
Hey, he was
never
fighting the
forget that.
Russians.
Yeah,
Nothing
let's
more
never
honorable than
forget that.
It is,
nothing.
yeah. I think it did well the first one because it did relate to a lot of things like that. And that scene always sticks with me when he talks about his friends that he can't visit them because they're all dead from war, and he's alone. He's got nothing, and you can really feel how isolated he is. And like,
You know the sad part. Even if you don't go to war, all your friends die.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I in First Blood, and Greg knows my opinions on soldiers and war and things like that. It's crystal clear. He knows my opinion on that. But even I like the First Blood here, this movie, and I like it especially for the one scene where he says that he came back from the war, and then it was spit on him here when he came back from people, demonstrates who called him a child killer or a baby murderer or something like that. And I thought this is such a strong scene. Really, this is, and there is so much truth in that. And it doesn't matter on which side you are. It doesn't matter if you are on the side of these veterans, or if you are on the side of the demonstrators, or whatever, which political opinion you have. This is just the truth. This scene, this is pure truth. And that's why I really like it, like First Blood. Yeah.
Well, what happened at that time in America is the people who were demonstrating against the war made it personal against the soldiers who came back, and most of those were drafted. So it was totally unfair. And I think when you saw the opposite reaction later, a lot of times it was the people like me who were very young at the time, and we saw how the soldiers were treated. And so after that, we made sure that that shit wasn't going to happen again.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
disagree with the war, but you don't spit on the guys coming back. You don't do that
Yeah.
anymore. Not in
Mm-mm.
America, you know. If you do
No.
that, somebody's going to punch you in the nose
You're in trouble.
because that's
Yeah,
what
Mhm.
not
that's what
personally,
freedom's all about. You might have the freedom to say stupid shit, but I've got the freedom to punch you in the nose when you do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
When I laughed
100%
when you were
agreed.
saying it, I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. I was just laughing at a comment that Eric left for us. He said the real question is, in all of Stallone's movies, why did Rocky buy Paulie that sex robot in Rocky 4?
It's not a sex robot. It brings him something to drink.
It's like a little robot, a waiter
Yeah.
robot. I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
Yeah,
Yes,
like-
it just brings him a beer or something like
Doesn't
that.
even say it. Like when she brings him something, he looks at Rocky and goes, "She loves me."
No, that's heartwarming.
And where was she in Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa?
Yeah, probably she was the one that had to die because in every movie somebody had to die, if you can remember.
Yeah. I don't think they've
No,
ever,
so
they ever should.
We really got off track from our Tulsa King thing. Let's
We
move on
did.
to the next. Let's move on to the next one. And with Cub's very strong feelings about war, we put All Quiet on the Western Front on the list. And this
Ah,
one, as Cub knows, is in German.
yeah, and it's crap. Because
What did you think of the movie, Cub? Now, for those of you who don't know, All Quiet on the Western Front originally was a German movie from the 20s or early 30s, and it was, I think, the first anti-war film.
yeah, kind of like that, and also
It had a powerful impact.
it's not a German movie, I think, because
It's in the German language, and it's set in Germany.
but it's from a American director or not?
I'm not sure, but I mean that doesn't really matter. Only an American could do Germany right.
I know. No, I'm not complaining about that. It's just like that I have something in my mind that it is not a complete German production. Why maybe one of the reasons why it's so good. And also the book is very good. Don't forget that.
Yes.
So I
think go ahead.
I think the old version, this original version. There are many versions. There are some versions of the story. I think there are.
There was one in the 70s with Ernest Borgnine,
which was.
But I don't think that was a very good version.
With the Walton here, with one of the Waltons as John Boy Walton, I think was the.
Yeah, that's right. It had John Boy.
God, it was so distracting to see him in there. And we don't have to talk about this one at all because this is just bad. But this old original version from the 30s or something like that is for me the best version. It is a very good adaptation of the book, and this new one, this German one, this where everybody is praising it, is not so faithful to the book. And it leaves out passages from the book, which is not a crime. You can do that for your adaptation. But what it is a crime, you can't leave out things from the book, but then put crap in there that is not in the book, which completely destroys the story.
So you're talking about the peace talks and all that?
Yeah. Which completely destroys.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. But
Yeah.
I think they were trying to tell a more complete story.
Yeah, I can tell
because
you.
I think a lot of people in America don't even know how all that developed from the German point of view. So I think they were trying to give people kind of a German point of view of the tragic nature of the end of the war. And I think they did a pretty good job, but they did move away from the strict interpretation of the original work. And the original was a masterpiece.
It's not there to entertain or something like that. It has to be depressing, and it has to be kind of.
It has to be depressing.
No, it has to show that these people are exchangeable, the soldiers. That there are nothing like heroism or something like that in war.
It is depressing. It does show World War One.
And there are no heroes, and also no stupid politicians who may say things like, "Oh, our soldiers are dying. We have to now come to the every minute somebody's dying." This are stupid fucks. They never would have act like that. We know how politicians act. Do you think the politicians 100 years ago are better than the ones nowadays? Sure.
But these are German politicians.
Yeah, the Germans are the worst. I can tell you.
Okay, so
no, so but you have seen the movie and you know both versions. And what do you think? Really, this is
everything you said is totally accurate. But I do think it's the best adaptation since the original, and it's 100 times better than that John Boy one from the 70s. You know, and
you just don't like the Waltons. I think
I liked Ernest Borgnine in the 70s one, but it's got the gritty realism. It's got enough depression for even Cub, but not quite enough for Cub. So. Yeah. I would recommend it. I think it's a good movie. It takes some liberties with history, but not enough to make me angry.
Yeah, and I would recommend it if it wouldn't have the stupid scenes in there, because they left out the scenes where he visits home, if you can remember.
Yes.
His home.
Well, if you just watch like the first half or 3/4 of the movie before they get to the part you don't like, I think even watching that much would be good for some people.
Yeah, but
it is the quintessential anti-war movie.
Yeah, but I would really recommend watching the old one, and that's it.
The old,
because the original it and also don't forget there's also super important point we are forgetting here completely. The book is from near time where the movie was made. So and what happened was also not so long ago. So
the book was written by a survivor of the Great War, a German survivor.
Yeah. So
right after
they used the chance to make the movie on real sets, not sets even, kind of. They could really use real things that were already there, partially.
Right.
And this is a whole complete different atmosphere.
And so the author was really unpopular in Germany because of that book.
Yeah, of course. What do you think? This traitor, ever get him? Still searching for him.
Yeah, right? That's what they considered him, a traitor.
Yeah, and but as I said, this movie is also kind of a time capsule, which comes so close to the book thanks to all the things that surrounded it, that it could made in a near time where the things happened and it was not so long ago and things like that, and so it's really.
I think also the original movie was important from an American point of view and maybe British, because this was the first time you actually got to empathize with the other side. Instead of the Germans being the Hun, the baby killer, all these terrible things, you saw them as a real person who, experienced all these things, and they got to humanize the face of the enemy. And I think that's the first time that was ever done.
Yeah, maybe it was even the first time that was ever done. But as I said, this new version was just unnecessary. I don't think it's a masterpiece or something like that. This new movie, the things they say about it here, the critics and so on. I think these critics are stupid fucks who probably never read the book, probably never saw the original version, and most of them probably don't know what they are talking about.
Well, that's a surprising downvote from Cub. And I don't think anybody.
A surprising one.
Okay. So I've saved up some stuff that I think Cub is going to like. and it's heartwarming and all that good stuff.
Good luck with that.
Cub heartwarming, really?
I think he's disliked almost everything, but he didn't hate Troll, so that was good.
Hey,
Christmas
you
Story.
just can warm something that is there. Don't forget that.
Okay, let's see if this warms the cockles of his Grinch-like heart. Christmas Story 2, the continuation with the original actors of the 1983 Christmas Story movie.
Yes, but better you start saying what you think about it, because had anybody seen the other continuations of? Because it's not the first Christmas Stories 2.
Yeah, the other continuations were lame. This
Yeah,
one,
that was
I
crap.
think. You know what was missing from this one was Darren McGavin. He was the magic that made the original work to me. They did their best, and they turned out a nice little Christmas movie. And I don't hate it or anything, like I do the other continuations. But it was missing that special magic that Darren McGavin would have made. If they'd made this movie while he was still alive, this would have been an awesome movie. But as
Yes.
it is, it was okay, you know.
Yes,
So
and,
That's what I would.
and okay is exactly what I think about this movie, because I, as like you, I didn't hate it, and I really it was heartwarming to see the picture of McGavin, and I know McGavin thanks to you. I know him thanks to you. You pulled my nose on the Kolchak review that I made it, and so I know who at least who this guy is, and it was the first time that I recognized that yeah, my God, McGavin was also in the original here. He was the guy from the original, the Kolchak guy. I made a review about. So yeah, that was so
So
cool.
is Christmas Story 2 just the kid growing up with his family?
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Mhm.
It's the original Christmas Story guy, and his father dies, and he returns back, and he's trying to make Christmas, without his father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, his father, was Darren McGavin, also known for Kolchak.
Yeah, Kolchak here, a movie massacre. Okay.
Would you both agree with Danny? He said that he just watched it with his kid. He said they both enjoyed it, but they didn't really think it was a needed film. Would you say that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because the original is perfect. It doesn't need any continuation or something like that.
If it was needed while Darren McGavin was still alive.
Yeah,
it would have been nice.
That would be the thing where you can say, oh yeah, at least Darren McGavin is in it. Like
right.
this new
and really he was the magic that made the first one work so well, although everything worked well in that one. It was okay. I didn't mind it. It was a nice little Christmas movie. I got nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, me the same. You could see in some scenes that they really tried hard to recreate the feeling of the first one with this flashback, not here, the dream sequences and things like that, and which was nice. This is a nice little touch, but
so we have a movie that Cub didn't hate. So that's we're on the right track now.
I just want to say for viewers, people that are listening, Cub is a very hard man to please. So if he likes it, check it out.
That's right. That you summed that up very well.
Hey, I didn't say that I like it. I said I don't hate it.
You didn't hate it. So I said that's progress, though.
Cub has very, very, very high standards.
Okay, so here's another one that Cub might like, might not. Did you see Weird Al? Did anybody see Weird Al, the new movie? I did.
Yes.
What about you, Bazzil?
Nope.
Okay. So,
is this the
what did you think of the movie?
So
did you see it, Cub?
The movie is called Weird, or something like. It's called The Weird Al Yankovic Story. It's the second title.
Is it the one?
And Al Yankovic is the guy who does the parody songs, like "Eat It" instead of "Beat It." So, in case for those who might not know, he's an obscure. And I wouldn't call him a star, but he had his impact in America.
Yeah, and he had his best times back then when he made UHF, if you can remember.
Yeah, that's right.
That was also his only movie he made. And this movie is not what you think it is when you haven't seen it. It's not the Weird Al Yankovic story as it says in the title, because it is from Weird Al Yankovic. It is more a continuation of UHF or something like that, but not as good as UHF. It's just not a biography. It is because in this movie they pretend. They say at the beginning, yeah, he made these cover songs and so on, but then he got sick of it and made Eat It as an original, and then he got covered by Michael Jackson with Beat It, and that's what they're going with.
Yeah, and they have the ridiculous story with Madonna becoming a drug kingpin in South America, and then she has him murdered at the Academy Awards or something.
Yeah, and so and also he dies in this movie.
Yeah, he dies at the end.
Yeah,
you got to make sure to spoil it.
Yeah, and no, the problem with this movie is, I would have loved to see a UHF 2. That would be, because I like UHF. I like, even it was a bomb back then, but it's such a great movie and a cult movie. So many great parodies in it. The Indiana Jones parody is so intelligent that most people don't even get the gag nowadays. Because when he removes the stone, here the statue, if you can remember.
Mm-hmm.
In the original, Indiana Jones removes the statue and has to put on a sack that has the exact same amount of weight, that the trap doesn't go off. And so he takes sand from the trap and so on, that from the sack that tries to find the true weight, but he didn't find the true weight, and the thing goes off. But the thing is, in this parody version, it's not a statue, a Maya statue that stands there. It's the Oscar. And Weird Jankovic tries to get the Oscar, and he's supposed to be Steven Spielberg. And that is true. It is not even a gag, because Spielberg was trying so hard to get an Oscar here with his first movies, which were really good, but he never. He was already snubbed by the committee because they
yeah, he gets it, but he gets murdered on stage.
No, that is the ending. But I mean, UHF.
UHF, yeah. Right. I was still talking about Weird Al.
Such a brilliant scene where he tries to get the Oscar, not the Maya statue or a statue or from the stripe or whatever. No, the Oscar. And if you knew from back then the time, and we talked about it in our Ready Player One discussion, your movie massacre, a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
We talked. This is exact the situation. When I see this scene, because I can remember the time back then, and I know exactly what it means, and it's double and triple funny when you know that. And normally somebody who watches the movie nowadays without this knowledge, the background of what was going on back then with this snubbing of Spielberg of the Oscar and things like that, he doesn't get this gag in the fullness. It's still a brilliant gag, but he doesn't get it completely. Yeah, and as I said, this Weird Al Yankovic movie is for me a weak UHF wannabe. Sadly, I don't mind even so much here Harry Potter as Weird Al Yankovic.
So it is Daniel Radcliffe that plays him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe plays him, and he's a good actor.
agree.
I never said he's a bad actor. Is he a believable Weird Al? I don't know, but the script itself was not a great script. And when I discovered that it's written by Weird Al Yankovic himself, even I thought, okay. And also some of the casting was awful. Here, the guy here who supported him, Greg, when you remember? Greg, are you still with
Greg?
us?
Are you there?
Yeah,
We
have
lost
you
Greg.
yeah, have you seen it? Seen the movie, by the way, Movie Massacre?
I haven't. I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it. No, I've got a lot to catch up on. So,
Yes.
is it on any streaming services?
I guess so, because it is a
Have a look.
streaming movie. It's not. A
I'm not
cinema
lost.
movie.
I'm right here.
Yeah,
He is
and Greg, as I said, some of the casting choices were very odd. Especially this guy who supports him, this DJ whatsoever, was casted with I can't stand this stupid fuck, this actor who played him, and so yeah, that was as I said.
Overall, I thought it was kind of a fun movie, though. So, I in this case, I'm not going to recommend it, but I'm not going to say it's bad.
Is it just
So, kind of a
mindless
if you like Weird
entertainment?
Al, you might like the movie.
Yes, and really, you can't when you expect a serious or kind of at least here biography or something like that. It's not.
Oh, it was not it's a complete takeoff on it. It's not serious at all.
Yeah,
But he's
and
not a serious person either. So, I don't know. I gave it a pass.
yeah, and when you say it's a UHF remake or part 2 or something like that, then it is so weak, so much weaker than the original. Because in the original you had so classic gags like Conan the Librarian, or Gandhi too.
Conan the Librarian.
It was so great. It was so great. Gandhi too. This time he doesn't take crap or something like that. And then you see him with a machine gun. It's such so it had so many cool these little scenes. They were the best thing. The overall story was crap, but these little skits in it were so great.
Okay, so is that a recommendation from you on the Weird Al movie, or did you not like it?
I don't hate it. It's
Okay, so we got a don't hate 2 in a row. We're on our way to him liking something.
Oh my God! I'm losing my reputation when I
It's
keep
2023. Cubs changing.
You did spend you spent a good 20 minutes tearing it down before you said you didn't hate it, though. you gave 40 reasons why it wasn't good.
Yeah. The problem is I'm such a big fan of the original of the UHF.
Yeah. So if you hadn't seen UHF ever, you might have enjoyed it. Yeah, that's true.
Watch UHF with the last one. Watch A Christmas Story, the original. These are the 2 one you should watch. And if you have too much time, then you can watch these continuations.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I mean, if that's very fair. Watch the originals, but we could say that on almost everything nowadays. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's move on to the next item on the list. Something that Cub might actually like. It's called Inside Job Season 2. And this is available on Netflix. So what did you think about it?
Sounds filthy.
Yeah, Movie Massacre. Have you seen it?
No, I'm making fun
TV
of the name.
series. It's an animated series about suspicion theorists, or what you call them, Greg, in America. Is it
What do we call what? You broke up.
Suspicion theorists, or what you call them?
Oh, conspiracy theorists?
Yes, conspiracy theorists. And Bazzil, have you seen Inside Job?
Bazzil?
Oh, thou there, Bazzil.
I'm here.
Hey.
Have you seen the Inside Job Season 2? It's on Netflix.
maybe.
Hello. I'm good.
Probably on an inside job mission or something like that.
Technical difficulties.
Yes, and he uses
Okay, so it
us
involves
as
like
cover.
for those of you who haven't seen it, it's like the people who control the world and the Illuminati and this other organization, and they're always rigging stuff and fixing stuff. And this season ended up with they went into the Mandela effect, which I thought was interesting, and everything was being changed, I think, by a time machine, and they were going back trying to get the the father of the girl who's now running the conspiracy agency wanted to get his wife and daughter back into his life, and so he kept changing the present, and those changes created new realities, and that was their explanation for what the Mandela effect is as a side effect of these I guess time shifts or reality shifts.
Yes, which was I was
But
cool
that
with that premise. I thought it was okay, appropriate for what the series is.
yeah, I thought it was a decent ending. She had a little romance. Of course, it ended badly, and yeah, but overall, the series I think was a good series, and it had a strong first season, and I like the second season. So I'm
Yeah.
going to recommend Inside Job. And what do
is
you
this a
think, Cub? You
recent?
recommend it?
Yes, I recommend both seasons. I think both seasons are strong seasons for different reasons. The second season is not just like a repeating of the first season. It is a true continuation of the story, which I really liked.
Yeah.
And I thought partially it was even better than the first season, the second one.
Yeah, we had some character growth, and they got more interesting on their little conspiracies and stuff. I think it was an improved version of a good first season. So hey, ding 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 ding, we got something that Cubs liked. Ha
Oh
ha!
no! Don't say
I
it
know.
so loud. Don't want somebody hear you.
Well, we had to work hard to get there, but we got there. Now, we do have some more stuff that Cub very well might like.
Is anybody
Ha-
getting bad audio, or is that just me?
No, it's better.
Oh, there you go.
my audio's good. What about you, Bazzil? Can you hear us?
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
Okay, Bazzil, here's something I know you saw. What did you think of the movie Violent Night?
Oh, actually, great. It was a combination of drama, comedy, all mixed up into one. Acting was absolutely phenomenal.
It had a little bit of Home Alone, a little bit of Die Hard.
It
The
was
girl actor was absolutely great. I mean, she did a very good very good rendition of Macaulay Culkin.
Isn't the guy that
Rachel
plays Santa the guy from Stranger Things?
I don't know. I haven't seen Stranger Things, but
He
the
played
story.
Hellboy as well.
Has anybody else seen the Violent Night movie?
You know, I haven't. The latest Christmas horror I watched, or Christmas movie, obscure Christmas film, was on Shudder called Christmas Bloody Christmas, and that was a killer Santa. It completely rips off Terminator. Santa's a robot, and he just won't die, and he just keeps coming for the girl. It's fun, but if you're hardcore on Terminator and don't like that people just take scripts and just they just take a script, they just take Arnie out of it and put a killer Santa robot in it without the time travel with that. But that's the only Christmas movie I've watched. I haven't seen Violent Night, but from what I've seen and heard, it's actually really entertaining.
Movie Massacre, there is just one Terminator out there. It's called Lady Terminator.
Oh no!
Well, I saw Violent Night as well, and I'd agree with what Bazzil said. It's a fun movie. It's gets
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
Christmas movie
I have
because
questions about it.
it actually is Santa Claus, and Santa Claus gets caught up in a hostage situation,
Yeah,
and people are.
Greg, you can best describe it with one sentence, just that people know what we are talking about. It is Die Hard with John McClane as the real Santa.
So is it actually violent, like a violent movie, like it says on the title?
Oh, it's very violent. There's lots of people who get murdered, and Santa Claus himself gets pissed off and takes a sledgehammer and kills a lot of people in hand-to-hand combat. Now,
To go
that
back
sounds
with
brilliant.
the hammer, he is a former Viking, if I'm not mistaken, Viking warrior. And he actually named his hammer. He had a special name for his hammer. Now,
Does
the
it-
hammer was lost in battle. So
well,
but he never really forgot about the hammer. He found another one and
Does
went
it explain
crazy
how
with
it
that one.
becomes?
well, if you remember, Mrs. Claus sent his hammer along to him, so that was helpful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's got a missus too.
He was 1,000 years ago. He was a bloody dictator, something like that, a warlord, and his punishment was to become Santa. And since 1,000 years, he is Santa. This is 1,000 years ago. His times as a warlord, and
that experience comes in handy when he needs to kill a bunch of these people.
Yeah.
To be fair, all these people are on his naughty list.
Is that why he's killing them? Because he's kind of had enough of bad people.
He's killing them because they're trying to kill him.
Yeah, he kills just in self-defense.
He tries to be good. He tries to avoid them. He tries to get away, but they just keep trying to kill him, and he gets angry.
And it has really so much similarities, the whole story with Die Hard, because as I said, it is really the Die Hard story. You have to just imagine John McClane as Santa Claus himself.
It actually sounds like the
I'd
Mel
have
Gibson
to
one
go
that
with
came out.
more inspired from Home Alone. Because
Did
they
it
had-
The Home Alone segment is just a small segment where the girl at the it is just two people even she kills with the Home Alone traps, and it's just such a small portion of the movie. So to say it has more to do with Home Alone, I didn't like this part at all. I thought this part was unbelievable, and I didn't like the girl here that the character of her.
I think the fact that you're right. It's mainly 90% Die Hard with 10% Home Alone. They had just a little bitty part, but I kind of liked it. It was cute. It's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie with a lot of death, and they just wanted to put in something, I guess, that was a little bit of fun. And it did work for me because Home Alone, if you try to watch the movies, it drags out the bit way too long. But if you condense that down to about 10 minutes and throw it in your violent Santa movie, yeah, that can work. I'm going to give the Home Alone segment a thumbs up.
It does sound like the movie that came out a few years ago called Fat Man with Mel Gibson in, where
I've heard about that. I hadn't seen it yet. Has anybody seen that?
It's really good.
I haven't seen it. I just heard about it.
I loved it. This rich kid doesn't get the present he wants, so he wants to kill Santa, and him and all his friends, when they're adults, try to track him down and kill him. And it's gory, and Mel Gibson's a really good Santa as well.
That sounds cool.
Mm-hmm. It's not one of his one of Mel Gibson's bad straight to DVD films. I'd say it's one of his better films in his later life. Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds interesting. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we get a thumbs up from Bazzil, a thumbs up from me. And what do you give it, a thumbs up or down, Cub?
No,
on Violent Night.
I give it a thumbs up, and also if they would left out the Home Alone section in this movie, it would even better get an even better rating from me, because I thought it didn't need it. I thought it could stand. It had such an interesting premise idea. it didn't need to rely on this Home Alone crap for no
I
reason.
think they just wanted to give the girl something to do besides sitting there being a hostage, and talking to Santa. I think they wanted to, make it a little different, and so they went with that. I agree that it took away from the movie, but for some people, like little kids, they're probably going to love that part.
Yeah, but little
Of course,
kids
I don't know
aren't,
what.
aren't go to watch it. It is an R-rated movie. This is not a movie for kids anyway. So this little
No,
kids
it's not.
doesn't
Does
make
he have
any
supernatural
sense.
powers in this?
Yes,
Yeah.
but they are
Okay.
kind of restricted. But in a way, the explanation they give for
Mhm.
how he can use his powers and so on is very good. It's because normally you will think, oh, this is a Mary Sue character. He has supernatural powers, and they have no chance against him, or something like that. No, it's nothing like that. It's really interesting
No,
how they
his powers are limited,
yeah, how they solved
That's
this
good.
problem.
and he's mortal. He can be killed. They hurt him. He just barely survives time after time.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this again from Die Hard, because in Die
Right.
Hard he barely survives, and he's also not immortal, but still wins against the trained soldiers. By the way, don't forget that. So it has really so many elements from Die Hard. It's for me, it's one of the more interesting Die Hard remakes.
Can I just ask
Okay.
a very important question before you go on to the next one? And I thought it'd be fun to ask you all, especially Cub. It's a question that everybody asks every Christmas. Is Die Hard a Christmas film?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cub? Yeah? Bazzil?
Yes, it plays out on
Mhm.
Christmas, and the book
Disagree.
and the book does the book also play out? Yes, I think the book plays out. The story in the book, Greg, can you
It's set
remember?
in Christmas. I saw it at Christmas. It's got Christmas stuff and Christmas music. It's a Christmas film.
But
It's a very unusual Christmas film, but
this
it
is
is a
my
Christmas
argument.
No, but what people
It's not
forget.
about Christmas.
No, what people forget when they talk about this question, is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not? They forgot the score.
Danny says it's a Christmas film too.
From Michael Michael Kamen, the brilliant score. The first piece of the score are Christmas bells, are kind of this.
Right. It has Christmas music.
Mhm, it does.
Yeah, it has it has also Christmas music in it, but it has the score starts with these Christmassy bells.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sound itself. So you get the feeling here in your without recognizing it directly, but you feel it's a Christmas movie directly when it starts, thanks to the brilliant score from Michael Caine.
Mhm. Well, it's answered then. Cub's answered. It is a Christmas film. But I don't know.
And
But,
also,
Bruce-
nothing says more Christmas than the Christmas song from Run DMC, or not.
It's a good debate anyway. Like, Bruce Willis actually said it is not a Christmas film.
Yeah, but he, I think probably he already forgot his name. So,
Right.
if you
And it has a grumpy Grinch-like German in it. How could it not be Christmas?
wait a second, you are talking about the movie. Here you are talking about this movie about Hans Gruber,
I hit a nerve.
this sweet German business guy who gets thrown from a building for no reason, from a crazy cop, or not?
Yes, that's a Me Too thing or a BLM thing. Yeah.
Hey, Greg,
Police brutality. Police brutality.
Greg, you are going to laugh your ass off when you see my review on Die Hard, because that's how my review starts.
Yeah, there you go. I would
Yeah,
recommend you watch it.
And
It's a great review.
No, it's, you can just watch it on on Discord, on Odyssey and BitChute. It's not released here in on YouTube already. Its release is in February, but I already finished it, and this is exactly how this starts the review.
Right.
I say it's the story about Hans Gruber, the poor business guy who gets thrown from a building.
Are you going to do what you usually do, Cub? Are you going to cover every Die Hard film? Or...
Of course, and also the book, which is this time I cover in depth the book, which is a complete different story, kind of, but also kind of not. It's not that easy. As I said in the review, and also there are two books in the review I'm covering, because the second movie is also based on a book, but
I
many
never
people
knew that.
don't know.
I
It's
didn't
based
know
on
that.
a complete different book, because the Die Hard is based on a book is a series that with the same main character, which is an old guy, by the way, in the book.
Mhm.
And the detective is for example, it was the first story, and Die Hard or Nothing Lasts Forever is the continuation of the detective, which was already.
Question
Yeah,
from the chat, Cub. What's the best Die Hard sequel in your opinion?
this is too easy. The third one. The third one
I
is
agree. I
so
agree.
good
It's
that
amazing.
sometimes I think I rewatched the third one even more than the first one, because I liked it so much. The first one is brilliant, a perfect masterpiece. We don't have
The
to argue
dialogue's
about that.
brilliant. When
Yeah,
John
you
McClane.
know, actually, towards the third one, Bruce Willis, he was
Yeah.
already dealing with cancer, so he kind of lost a little bit, lost a little bit of his flair, you might say. And he just wasn't himself.
From in the third one,
The third Die Hard movie? I think you're confused, Basil.
yeah, because the third one is from John McTiernan again, and you see that this is so great. You have this hack, Rennie Harlan, who made the second one, and it shows. There is no comparison, because you have a real director like John McTiernan, and then you have a hack, a wannabe director. I don't not even considering this hack as a real director. This Rennie Allen, fuck whatsoever, who destroyed two series in a row directly, back to back. He was also responsible for this god awful Nightmare 4, which he made at the same time where he made Die Hard 2. So yeah, and it shows, as I say, it's and Dia 2 is based on a book. It's called 85 Minutes. Complete different author, complete different story. It has nothing to do with the original Die Hard, Nothing Less Forever story.
I don't mind Live Free or Die Hard either, but the one after that with his son in, I thought was awful. A really bad way for the franchise just to. I know you don't believe in franchises, Cup. A really bad way for the franchise just to go out on. I thought it was terrible.
I saw Live Free and Die Hard in the cinema. It was the only one I've seen in the cinema.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was so disappointing. Oh my God, this was so bad, because you had this brilliant first one and this genius third one that came out of nowhere. I already thought that the series is dead, like with Nightmare, when after Rennie Harlan got his take, his shot, and I thought, oh my God, just two movies and we'll never get another Die Hard, thanks to Rennie Harlan. The same was with Nightmare. I thought, oh my God, this is so bad. Nightmare is also dead. No? But then came the surprises with both franchises, by the way, because the third Die Hard is again an excellent movie. It's a good movie. It's not just a sequel or some stupid thing like that. No, it's a very good movie. It's one of the best McTiernan movies. And you have also a good sequel here with Nightmare 5, here from Stephen Hopkins. because there again you had a real director and not a hack like this Rennie Harlan pulled out of their ass. I have no idea where this guy came from Norway or something like that. But with Nightmare 5, you have a better Nightmare than
Nightmare on
Nightmare
Elm
4.
Street.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
fifth part. Think was it the Dream Child or was that this?
Danny
think
will
it
know.
was-
I believe. I think it's Dream Child.
Yeah, because the
Oh
fourth.
yeah. 4's Dream Masters, isn't it? And
Yeah,
then I
Dream
think
Master is the fourth.
5's Dream Child.
Yeah, and the Dream Child and yeah, and to had a kind of much more interesting story than the fourth one. It's not a good movie or something like that.
Yeah,
Part
I
five.
hated what they did with the fourth one. They make Nightmare 3, which I thought it was really good, had good characters, and they just off them all in part 4, like within 10-15 minutes of it. It really pissed me off.
And Nightmare 3 is my favorite Nightmare, by the way. I like it even more than the first one, and I know this is blasphemy, and I know that the first one is a brilliant movie. It's from Wes Craven, one of my all-time favorite directors. But still, I have to stay true, and the truth is, I really like the third one. I thought the third one.
It's really good.
It's just there were so many things that came together. Chuck Russell, very good director. Then you had a script from Frank Darabont. This
I was just about
really
to mention that, Danny.
lightning in a bottle. Really, I thought
The soundtrack
Nightmare
too
3.
from
Oh
Dokken.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah. So yeah, but we come too far away from our way. Greg, you have to bring us back on our way.
Yeah, I
Or we get
know.
lost.
So that was our review of Violent Night with a nice sidetrack into Die Hard. And I think Cub gave us a thumbs up on Violent Night, so we're on a roll here.
What's that? Three in a row that he liked.
That's 2 that he didn't hate and 2 that he gave thumbs up with qualification. About 20 minutes of complaints, but he did give it a thumbs up.
I'm becoming a
He's
complete
still my
chill,
heart. I'm
giving
only 59.
thumbs. So many thumbs up.
Are you feeling
I
all right,
know.
Cub?
He's out of thumbs though now, so it's hard to get more than that. But I'm going to throw a curveball at him because I've been saving this one. I think it's something he's going to actually like. The Wednesday Addams series, season 1.
No, 3 thumbs up, and I'm dead as a reviewer. Nobody's going to take me serious anymore.
Uh-oh.
That's over.
I structured it so these would be all in a row.
Oh my god! I have to change the name of my channel. It's Chill Cup or something like that. The biggest chill on YouTube or something like that.
I thought this Ortega chick who played Wednesday Addams did an amazing job. I also saw her in the movie X from this same year. I don't know if you've seen that. That's a horror movie.
Yeah,
and of course that's and these guys are out of a strip club from Houston, Texas. And of course that's where I'm from and that's where I'm at. So they go off into the backlands of Texas, and they find some strange stuff there. I'm not going to give away the movie, but she's in that movie too, and she's just a really good actress. The writing is sharp. The acting is good. I really like this series. This is my favorite. I really like Pennyworth too, which we're about to do. But Wednesday is, I think, the best new series this year.
It's hard to say something like best new series after Severance, because Severance is
Severance is really good.
Objectively the best series this year, or not?
But it's a very good series.
It's a very good. Yes, I give you that. They're both good, but Severance is for me on a different level. Wednesday is fun and I like it. It is good. even for Tim Burton standards, is very good because it's not so Burton-y as usual, and
That's what I liked
really,
about it. Mhm.
yeah, he really pulled back this time. Didn't put so much of his known things in there that we have seen 1,000
It
times in every
felt
movie.
very similar to the scene where in the movie, I don't know if it's Adam Sandler values or the first one, where she goes to that camp, and it felt like where she was at that camp. She's the only dark
Second one,
gothic
yeah,
person, but everything else is light and happy, and that's what they did with this one. They took her out of the Addams Family aura and put her in a real life thing where everything's happy and colorful, and it was really fun to see.
The thing is, I liked the way how they treated the supernatural elements in this series, because normally this is where these kind of stories fall apart. When you have, I give you an example. You have something supernatural family like the Addams family, and they have and you put him with normal people, and they are indestructible, they have some kind of superpowers, whatever, and this can destroy a story normally. But they it works in the movies and in the TV series, also in the original TV series, and but it could have been the thing that destroyed Wednesday, because when she would be the only one that has supernatural powers in the school, that would be boring, kind of.
Yeah, because in the movies you can pretty much do anything to them; they're indestructible. You can't kill the Addams
Yeah.
family, but in this one, they're actually flawed. Wednesday can die in this.
And the others have supernatural. Everybody has supernatural powers
Mhm.
In the school, because it's school for supernatural powered children, kind of for special children.
I was really
And
concerned. Mhm.
it feels like there's a danger to them too. Her father is in danger of going to jail for a murder. She's in danger from this monster and all these other things going on. So, yeah, there's so many elements to this series that I enjoyed.
I was concerned that it was going to be watered down to fit, today's generation that get offended easily and whatnot, and they didn't do that. I felt like it had quite a lot of adult things to it.
I would
Yeah, when they started out with the piranhas in the pool.
Yeah.
I would really say it is a Harry Potter version.
Yeah,
but
I can
an
see
adult version. It's a version from the first Harry Potter which is clearly aimed to children. But as I said, because you have many similar scenes in there. These riddles that that she tries to solve, and things that she discovers. And when you think about the Harry Potter movie, this is kind of the same themes
I see what you're saying. I get it. Yeah,
No,
Thing was
but-
really good too, and I really liked Fester. That we got to see Fester in an episode, and I thought he was really good.
Yeah,
Fred
he was.
Armisen-
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, Fred Armisen was great as Fester, and I'd like to see him come back again too if they do a season 2.
Yeah, and Hogwarts Professor X Mutant Academy. Yeah, I know. It is also. Danny says it exactly how it is. It is.
Yeah, he has.
When you are honest to yourself, it is an X-Men.
Yeah, I never actually
kind of thing.
crossed my mind, but now that he said it, I really do see it. It is like that.
Yeah, and as I said, they kind of pulled it off. And I'm the hardest critic when it comes to
You
Anderson.
are. You're very difficult to
He
please.
really
so
is.
If Cub likes it, it must be good.
Yeah, it's really when it comes to Addams Family, because when you see I made two videos on the Addams Family, and I go so hard on also on these new ones, and for me they are complete crap, and don't respect the source material at all. Even if they try so hard, they are trying so hard to do that by basing the 3D animations on the original drawings. I've seen that, but also I've also seen that the guys who made this CGI crappy movies are the same guys who made Madagascar. And of course, they had to put in the stupid line from Madagascar. They had to put this concept into the Addams Family for their line, but it's not. It has nothing to do there. It shouldn't be there. So no, sorry, they lost me directly when I saw that scene. I thought, oh my god, this is.
Here we're going back again. Sorry about that. I really liked what they did with Thing and Wednesday as well. Like what you were saying earlier, they can actually die. There's the scene where Thing gets stabbed, doesn't he? And
yeah, he nearly died. That was unusual, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I thought that was it when that actually happened. I thought they were going to kill the poor little guy off.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It felt like there were real consequences. And for those of you keeping score at home, this is the first thumbs up from Cub where he didn't spend 20 minutes explaining, what he didn't like about it.
Yes, because I really, I was really watching it, searching for something I could tear apart because I wasn't expecting that it is any good. As
I
said,
even like the subtle references to the Addams Family song where she'd click her fingers twice, and seeing Christina Ricci back was a nice nod to people that enjoyed her as Wednesday.
Yeah,
they did so many things right. I got no complaints about the series at all.
Yeah,
Me
and
neither.
the casting of this former Star Wars actress here, Gwendoline, here Captain Phasma, and also from Game of Thrones, here Gwendoline so and so is a real name. Here, this the one that was in charge of the school.
Yeah.
This big, huge woman. She was that was perfect casting. It was exactly she fitted exactly in this role, in this school with these unusual people, not just in the school, also running the school.
I liked how she was Rick because all the way up until the end, she was kind of in a grey area, and you never knew which side she really stood on. And I really liked that about her character.
Yeah, and there's another parallel to Harry Potter, because there are also some characters where we don't know till the end on which side they are, like Snape.
Alan Rickman, Hans Gruber.
Yeah. Poor Hans Gruber.
Yeah, right.
Schieß das Fenster. Schieß dem Fenster. Schieß dem Fenster. Yeah, I have learned German back then in the Hans Gruber school for German for foreign languages.
I do agree what Danny's just said. I would have preferred seeing Christina Ricci play Morticia instead of playing a different character.
And by the way, in the movie, it's
I don't know. The chick they had playing Morticia was really well done.
Catherine Zeta-Jones. She was good.
Yeah, I thought the casting was excellent.
I just feel like
Gomez, Morticia.
Yeah, Christina Ricci's a little too small, I think, to play Morticia, unless she had platforms on.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Jenna Ortega's going to be huge. She's just come out of nowhere with some really good roles. I think her next one's Scream 6, which is going to be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But
okay, so I got to keep things moving here. The next one we discussed the first half of Pennyworth, but now the rest of the season 3 has come out. Has anybody seen the end of the Pennyworth series, season 3?
Yes, of course.
I have.
I've never seen it. What's
Well, Cub didn't give you the list, so that's not really your fault.
Because it's a secret
I was only
list.
invited yesterday.
If you want some open lists, you can go to Schindler. Cub's list you don't get so easy. Sorry.
Okay, so I enjoyed the end of the Pennyworth series. I thought it was well done. I liked it, just like I've liked seasons 1 and 2. And you've got the alternate version. As Cub mentioned, they tacked on what is it now? The Adventures of Batman's Butler or something, because I think they
Yeah.
were worried people didn't know, who Pennyworth was.
So
But
unnecessary to really to drag down when this series was already established. I was critical at first when I saw it and thought, okay, this is something for itself. You don't have to constantly be reminded of Batman connection whatsoever. When you have an interesting story, you don't need that.
and
So
they do. They have an interesting story, but they did tack it on.
yeah,
So
they did take it
that
on.
was your main complaint last time. Was they
Yeah,
changed the title?
and this time my main complaint is that also these tagged on storylines with here Wayne what's he's called.
Oh, the drugs they put in the milk and all that.
I thought to give Wayne so much story that he has constantly to do with Pennyworth, and then to believe that somebody, a soldier who also saved he saved the life of the Wayne several times, and it just when you think, yeah, and this guy is going to become this butler who says yes, yes, sir, and doesn't make any sense really for me.
Yeah, it is hard seeing him becoming a butler. You're right about that.
Yeah, because for me, the butler thing would be a real downgrade for that what he's doing now.
But that really doesn't have anything to do with the story they're telling now. I just ignore that and I just enjoy the story for what it is. The actor, it's good acting, and it's good writing, and I enjoyed the story.
Yeah, well, I thought it's okay.
Okay, so
Don't
not a
think
thumbs up.
that
Or,
it is not as strong.
he didn't hate it. I'm not going to get another thumbs up out of him in this stream. I can tell you.
Sorry,
He liked it. He liked it, but he's not going to admit it.
I give every year 3 thumbs up.
That's right. We've already reached that.
And we already reached that the first day. And there are 64 days with no thumbs up anymore. It doesn't matter what comes out.
Well, I got something that's going to make you happy. We have Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities on the list. So what did you think of that, Cub?
Can tell you, but this would be a very, very long discussion. Because we are talking here about H.P. Lovecraft adaptations, 2 of them. And I read, I know the stories, of course, the original stories from H.P. Lovecraft is one of my favorite authors. And there are also some other adaptations from the same story, which already exists. And one of them I even have already reviewed in my Reanimator review, because Stuart Gordon already adapted one of these stories.
The Lovecraft stories, to be specific, like episode 5, one of them I saw. I wasn't able to watch all the episodes because my internet keeps phasing in and out. But I was able to see Pickman's Model, and that's a Lovecraft story. It was also done in 1971 on the Night Gallery.
Yeah, and Wicked Wicked Witch House.
Does it get better? Because I watched episode 1 and
Dreams in a Witch House. Yeah. That was the second one. That was episode 6, by the way. Dreams in a Witch House. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, Movie Massacre.
Oh no, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I only watched episode 1. I thought it was okay, but yeah, that wasn't.
Which was the best one, by the way. So you have seen it all. Yeah, because they just get worse. The first one is really the only kind of, but there's not one good episode to just keep it short. The episodes, there's no good episode. The bearable ones are not even the Lovecraft ones, because they are adapted horribly. And I keep it so short that I'm just saying they are not adaptations. They just make that up. using just the name of the story, that they can say it's based on a Lovecraft story, but it isn't. They put so much crap into these variations of the story that you can't. I wouldn't say there are adaptations. For me, it's fraud what they did there. And that's by the way, that's the reason why they are so boring, because you have a story, 30-minute story, but they have to stretch it out to an hour because all the stories are an hour.
You know, Cub, you've just said something that irritates me about a lot of things today. I feel like a lot of shows today are just stretched out, like what you just said. So that's one of the reasons I lose interest with a lot of shows today. There's like 15 minutes of actual story, and for me, and it's just all filler scenes, and I lose interest really quickly with a lot of shows today because of that.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
The problem with this show from Guillermo del Toro is they pretend to be something like Creepshow or Twilight Zone or something like that.
Yeah.
But they aren't. They just aren't, because it has modern writing. It has the writing from the crap nowadays.
Cub does not like modern writing for
yeah,
anybody in chat.
And these modern so-called writers aren't able to tell a coherent story. They can't tell a story that makes sense. That the Lovecraft ones, of course, appear like the best written ones because of Lovecraft, but they put so much crap from that has nothing to do with the story that in there, or leave important things, leave it away and things like that they you can't enjoy them anymore. Because the stories themselves, when you read the stories themselves, they are very good, like everything from Lovecraft. It's very well written. It's very good, but
a lot of what I saw didn't make sense. Like just as specifically on the Pickman's model, episode 5, you have he gets introduced to Pickman. They see the art, and then he has this episode at a party. He sees his future wife's father, and then it just cuts away for like a 10-year time gap, and it doesn't make any sense. What happened? What happened back there after the party? Why did you do this time jump? They clearly did the time jump so that you could have a child which gets its head cut off and by its mother and put in the oven.
The family is complete made up. It's not from the original story. Yes,
no, it's not.
There is a pigman. Yes, but the original Lovecraft story is a tale from just two people. That where one tells the other one what happens. That's the original story, and there is not a cut off head.
So they ruined the story. They stretched it out. I would agree with what you're saying from what I saw.
And
I just watched episode 1 and decided not
model. So we never get that in this version, in this TV version from the story.
No.
Pigman's model. What was Pigman's model? Can you tell me what was Pigman's model? I can tell you because I have read the original story, and you get no hint why this thing even calls itself Pigman's model. Because can you tell me why the story is called Pigman's model, the one you saw on TV?
No, I can't. Not from that deal. I could maybe do it from the Night Gallery episode.
In the original version, the Pigman makes disturbing pictures, and the original story is about the separation of this guy, which was kind of a friend of Pigman, till he discovered Pigman's model. Because his pictures were so disturbing, the pictures that he was drawing. Because this other guy, he finds in his room a picture, a real picture, a real photography from a real monster. the model that pigments use are not these are not drawings from his head. These are drawings from real living things, and this picture proves that this is not fantasy. This is real, and that's the shocking part of the story. That he discovers a photograph from the real living creature that pigmen draw on here in his pictures.
Right. And just like in the Night Gallery, the model is the creature. Pickman's model is real. His dark, disturbing art is from that. But they go totally off base on it. Basically, to sum up, your thumbs down on every episode of the Cabinet of Curiosities, right?
Yes, it gets a thumbs down from me on every episode. You can now say 2 episodes are kind of bearable, but because the story is so bad, it's a waste of time. They're kind of a little bit better made. Like the first one is a little bit better made with the story about this guy here, this who has had this storage room and whatsoever, and also the second one, second episode has the main actor. It is directed by the Cube director, Vincent and Natalie, and has also the main actor from one of the main actors from Cube, Worth, my favorite actor from Cube.
Was that the rat one?
Yes, it was the rat one. And
that's the same guy who played McKay, Dr. McKay in Stargate Atlantis.
Yes, it Worth from Cube.
I like that episode.
Yeah. But still,
it wasn't great, but it was the best. It was the best of what I saw.
Yeah, but the problem, it has the same problems like every other episodes. There was no.
That could be because I like the actor too, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because I like the actor, and also I was glad to see something new from Vincent and Natalie, the Cube director, and I thought, this is nice.
How many episodes is there in this season?
8, I think, or not?
8, yeah.
I think so.
It sounds pretty forgettable,
right?
Than what you're saying.
It is a waste of time, and the last episode is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most boring one. It is the longest one, even longer than the other ones, and they go all over an hour.
Yeah. But it's like what you said earlier, and what I said too. I always, like, we were talking about this yesterday. I went in wide-eyed and excited about it, trying to be positive, and after the first episode, I never even had any interest in watching anymore, due to it just having just a lot of filler scenes and being on too long. I just didn't like it at all.
Yeah, and they clearly want to be something like Creepshow or Twilight Zone, but they're neither.
That's the vibe I got from it too.
Or Twilight Zone. I would say more. They lean more into direction Creepshow, but they miss the point of both of these shows they are trying to copy, because the stories don't go nowhere in these shows.
Mm-hmm.
In Creepshow, there is a point in every episode. It's not just things happen and that's it or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know,
okay.
Okay.
I think we're down to the last item on the list, and that is again by the same Guillermo guy, Pinocchio.
Yeah, which is normally also a very, very long discussion, since I have read the book, and I wanted to make a kind of comparison between the Disney version, the Guillermo del Toro version, and I mean the animated version, not this new Disney version here with Tom Hanks. I don't give a crap on this piece of shit. And both the movie and Tom Hanks are both shit. That's a short review on that. It's really it's so bad. We don't have to lose one word on that. but probably one of the worst movies ever made, or something like that. It's
The
really,
Pinocchio movie? I
yeah.
thought the stop motion was well done.
Yes, the stop motion is well done, but it's not an adaptation of the original story from 1881. But it is still a story on its own, which is kind of okay. I didn't hate it. The
Yeah,
singing of
there you go.
it's a musical, so I also didn't mind the singing so much because it is a musical, so can't criticize that. The songs were not that annoying or something like that. Was just not for me. But the original book, the Pinocchio book, is really good, and that gets from me a thumbs up because it's so much better than people would expect. The original story.
Was that 4 thumbs up? Three thumbs
Uh,
up from the Great Cub. Oh my God!
No, not the movie.
I think he
Not,
said thumbs down.
no,
That was a thumbs down, wasn't it, Cub?
no.
Oh, I
The
heard him say thumbs up.
No, but what do you think about the movie, Greg? Would really interest me. You have
It was
seen
interesting. It was different. And the stop motion was good. It wasn't the same story, and I think that improved it in some ways. And you get tied into World War One and all the other stuff going on, so the setting's totally different.
So
Yeah,
does it go?
I
Did
could
it go
take it or
deeper
leave
into
it.
the story?
I wouldn't. I don't have anything against it. It's a different story, I would say. Not
it.
deeper, but different.
Yeah.
It clearly
It's
tries.
not the same. It's not the same Pinocchio. This is a different story. And if you're open to a alternate Pinocchio story, then you might like it. And
Sounds interesting.
I didn't dislike it.
It clearly transports a message, an anti-fascism message, and anti-war message, and things like that.
Yep, that's true.
And so it is not. It is not like the original story because, and also in the original story, Pinocchio is not this kind of hero guy like he is portrayed here in the movie. This where they try to make it out like that he constantly saying no and things like that makes him kind of a thinker, where the others are just followers because they wanted to underline the anti-war message. But
Yeah, and
this
the
is not,
anti-fascist message.
yeah, but
Can
this is
anybody
not how the original story goes.
No, it's totally different. It's an alternate reality, alternate version, big time.
Can
Yeah,
anybody
But it's
remember
not bad. Go ahead.
Oh, can anybody remember the Family Guy Pinocchio, where he bends over and goes, "Tell a lie, boy, tell a lie."
Oh yeah.
No, the best one was of course the Simpsons here in the Itchy and Scratchy version here from the Simpsons, Pinocchio here, where they are in this park here in this Westworld park.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Jurassic. It was
I remember that.
It was a combination of Westworld and Jurassic Park. Yeah, with the robots that will go crazy, and they see their this itchy and scratchy version, and to call it Pinocchio, and say, hey, here, don't tell lies, and then here the mouse, which is Pinocchio, says, I will never going to hurt you, something like that, and then his nose grows into the eye of the cat, and kills him. That was the coolest Pinocchio scene. Yeah.
Well, I think we've done with our entire content, and I've got Kathy on the way over, so
okay.
I think I'm gonna have to head out. But y'all can keep going if you want.
I don't know.
We have covered all our topics.
Yeah, I got to head off too.
Yeah, but without topics,
Hello?
You have the list, Greg. It's Greg's list. You know that. Hello? Is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, Bazzil, thanks God. Nobody seems to answer.
Yeah, Greg is pretty much wrapping up. He's got to get things in order.
Oh, okay.
So he's got the list. We'll go over it again and come up with some more stuff for the next chat. Why don't you want to do the next one?
Sorry, I'm back. My
Yeah, in
I'm
2
back.
months. We have this stream every 2 months. In the last Sunday of the month normally. So, but in 2 months would mean February, the last Sunday in February. I don't know when that exactly
Perfect.
is, but
Sounds good.
this is the normal slate. If we don't change it like we did this time, because we are this time because of Christmas Day and things like that, we changed
Right.
it. But so that you can.
If I'm
Kind
not
of.
working, I'd like to join again. I had a lot of fun.
Yes,
That
yes.
was awesome.
You have an open invitation here every
I
time.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool to have you here. Yeah, a happy New Year, Greg, and so
Thank you.
I would say we end this when Movie Massacre. Think you are also short on time or not?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm really hungry. I've got some
Yeah.
bacon waiting for me downstairs. I can smell it. I can smell it.
All right. Talk to you later, guys. Happy New Year. Bye.
Yeah,
Have a good one. Happy New Year, everybody.
Thanks that you
Take
were
care.
on, Bazzil. So yeah, I would say see you next time.
Yep. I enjoyed
And-
that, Cub. Have a good New Year, and I think that's it for your thumbs ups for this year.
Yeah, sadly, these are all thumbs in the sack. I'm not Santa Claus. I don't have more good news for you, presents or something like that. And here, by the way, we have every Wednesday on Digital Pollution
Yes, I do.
stream.
If I'm off, I'll always jump on. If I'm ever off work and you going, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because Jess really enjoys it when you are on.
Oh, I'm glad he does. I really enjoyed it too. Yeah, Happy New Year, Danny. Danny just subbed to your Cub. He just
Oh,
subscribed.
thanks, Danny. This is nice. It's a huge honor. Okay, so then I would say I end this one, and